one up and see if this one works. I love when things just break. And I was out here all weekend recording, so I'm surprised half the shit works.
You have to move the table out of the way?
Nah. The only time I move the table out of the way is when Andy's here and we set up his kit. But other than that,
push it to the side or something?
Yeah. I mean, Dave and Peter will sit up on each side and play guitar. And
Nice.
then James just did his vocals right here in his little box. He bought one of those boxes.
It's on a stand or
The
whatever. You
ISO
put
box?
your hand in, or put your head in.
And it's freaking badass, dude. The thing sounds so dead and good.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
I've heard good things. I haven't used one. So, let's see.
Good things, coasters.
It's got to be better than that stupid little globe that you wrap around the microphone. Have you seen those?
Yeah, those are dumb. I don't like those. I have one out in the
do
the
you
garage,
really?
I think, that I took from the practice space when Matt said he was going to record some stuff, but that has yet to happen. All right. I think everything's set up right. Everybody looks good. Y'all ready to do this?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So we're here to talk strictly politics, right?
Shit. That's what I signed up for.
Yeah. It is funny because, like, I was thinking about all the times y'all come in as MMS,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like we had a show right before the election. Y'all came in.
Oh, yeah.
Now we've got another one. Like, it was like 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out from the election.
That's
Now
so
we got
true.
another one.
Wow. That is true. Oh, forgot about that.
Yeah. Good times. Fun times.
You guys were wrecking on Bill Nye. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
don't mess with Bill Nye. That's my boy.
I like Bill Nye. It just,
his political alignment. I'm not.
No, we're
sure
just
about,
wrecking on him
but-
because he's not a real scientist.
Yeah,
he's a
he's-
TV personality.
yeah, he's a TV
Yeah.
personality that was recruited.
I don't like how he treats UFO people, but
Because he's a TV personality, not a scientist, so what he says doesn't matter.
that is a good point. That is a good point. I was like, I grew up listening to this man.
I know.
Yeah. Very early on.
Like,
What was that other? What was
you
the?
find
There
out
was a
Pluto
contemporary
isn't a
show
planet
with,
and Bill Nye is
Bill
not a
Nye,
scientist.
where there's like a
two discoveries of
like
my,
a giant
that ruined my
rat,
childhood.
like, was in it.
oh, shit, I
That's
forgot about that one. Yeah.
Beekman's World.
Beekman's World, yeah.
I just pulled that out of my butt.
That was it, yeah.
There's like a giant rat. There was another
Shit.
character in it too.
Yeah, Beekman's World. I forgot about that.
That was another science-based youth show.
Like, when I really take, like, Mr. Peppermint for value, if he came out and started spitting all these scientific opinions, it's Mr. Peppermint. He had his
Exactly.
hand up a puppet's ass half the time, so, you know. And his son is the lead singer of Butthole Surfers. I gotta
Yeah.
weigh things.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta weigh things.
Fair enough.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Why are you looking around, man? I don't know who you banged or not.
I want to watch you blow your load later.
This episode of the is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Pam, come on. We're talking about Texas. Somebody somewhere wants enough cocaine to forget they live there.
Yeah, but not 100 pounds.
Maybe we'll get lucky, find an entire town that wants to commit suicide.
Tingling with excitement, trembling with horror, and throbbing with emotion.
Show number 391. It is Tuesday, October 13th, 2020. What is all this racket going on in this intro? Jesus Christ. So much noise. So much chaos. We've got a show for you tonight. We have a full temple. Everybody's here. Every seat is taken.
Up to the gills.
It is crazy. We are not doing COVID protocol at all.
I got a mask.
At all.
There you go.
Well, happy Tuesday, guys.
Happy
Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Happy
Dustin.
Tuesday.
I am sitting here not with Matt. Matt is gone. We don't know where he is. We played a guessing game before the show.
I'm pretty sure he
Oh.
defected to Russia, but
He may have. I think he's being held somewhere. But instead of Matt, I've got all of Uncle Toasty here.
hey. Hello.
Hello. Hello. How are all y'all?
Good.
Great.
All right.
Does everybody know who Uncle Toasty is?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Never heard of him.
you've spent some time spreading it around on social media.
There is a story to Uncle Toasty that I haven't really relayed, but it was a nickname that was bestowed upon me by my
I don't
siblings.
think any of us agree, by the way, on how
Yeah.
this band.
Everyone had a
happened.
different story.
Wait, this
But
is
I'll go
from
with
your
your
siblings
version.
called you that? I thought it was something we made up at Mean Motor Scooter
This is
practice.
not-
It was thrown out there too. It was thrown out there too. That the,
Coincidentally?
Which came
I
first?
think so. It was. It was. What was it?
It was
There was
spoken
the
in a
Elvis
dream.
wig that I threw on for
Mhm.
a practice, and I was like, "Hey, it's Uncle Toasty," and it was just kind of like, you know what? Oh my God!
That's not how I remember it.
I don't remember
think
either.
yeah.
And
We're
then
never
instead of a
gonna
light
tell the
bulb
same
coming up
story
over
of
your
how
head,
this
it was a
the
piece
legend-
of toast popping out of the
The legend
toaster in
is
your brain.
greater than the.
My sister's nickname was P Fresh, I think. She'd have
Okay.
to. She'd have to. She would have to confirm that.
It's
or
a weird
correct me on
nickname
that.
for your
Shout out to
sister,
Paige.
Yeah, and then Dylan's was Yolk Sauce McGillicuddy. And my dad's
Sounds like
nickname is the
Dylan.
Grand Bull Moose between us.
Mm.
I mean, that's what our
And
my
your Uncle Toasty
niece and
actually
nephew are
sounds
supposed
Uncle
to.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might need to get this story figured out between all y'all before the behind the music.
Yeah, we'll
No,
His
just
film
there's gonna be
something.
six different
It's all-
stories about it.
just Create a mythology behind
The trick is
story.
to ask different ones of us,
Just come up with-
isolated.
Yeah.
It's up for interpretation.
Every
really.
time you're interviewed and asked about it, you just change the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Each one of us has
Something
a different story about how we personally made it up.
It's,
There you go.
I came to this conclusion all on my own.
kind of what is it?
Dark
One of
when
those
I was thinking real hard.
American legends.
I think we all
There's
agree.
a song about him.
We all agree that you're Uncle Toasty, but
Oh, yeah.
how we
Yeah.
got there is a
You
little bit-
definitely need to cut your hair into a mullet at some point, though.
U to the N to the C
Pompadour
to the
mullet.
L to the E to the. Yeah.
Pompadour mullet and a wife beater.
Oh God.
That's our band bio, actually.
Perfect. Yes.
We were supposed to be an Uncle Cracker cover band, but
Yeah.
Didn't
kind of
work
got
out.
sidetracked.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Can't turn
You can only do so many songs about the trailer park.
Just a little bit. Well, you could do all kinds of songs about trailer parks. Like all kinds of songs about trailer parks.
Like what?
What about park?
Like I found a bolt, a nut bolt in the back of my trailer park. It's my favorite nut bolt.
I'm gonna write a song about it.
Put it on my favorite necklace.
That's
And then
genius.
just an 8-minute solo.
Where's my
Yeah.
tools?
Do diddle do diddle do.
Well, let's go around the table and introduce everybody since they, may not know your voices. It's been a little while
It has
since
been.
all of y'all been in there. And then we have a +1. So
I'm here.
let's start right here.
My name is Joe, and I play guitar.
Sammy also play guitar.
My name is Mike. I do not play guitar. I play the drums.
Rebecca, bass.
Jeffrey and I play the washboard and the bagpipes and the vocals and guitar is what I do.
I was going to ask if there were bagpipes in any of this.
Not yet, but there
I
will
wish.
be.
I hope
Probably will
so.
be.
There will be.
I hope so.
Eventually.
As long as we
one
can
Yeah.
put a fuzz pedal
Can't wait
on.
for that headache.
I don't know. A lot of people don't like them. My
I
dad
don't
included.
know why.
He thinks they sound like dying cats, and it's like,
About
dude,
to
they're
say, like,
beautiful.
step
I
on
think
a
they're
cat.
beautiful.
That's probably what it sounds like.
No, dude, they're beautiful.
Someone whose name is the Grand Bull Moose doesn't like bagpipes.
No, he. Yeah, actually, that is a good point. That is a good point. Love you, Dad.
There is no chance he's listening to this.
No way.
We know you're proud, Walker.
Yeah, Walker and Joan are safely in bed right now.
Yep.
All right, so let's get to the bottom of this.
Thank God. Ah,
How did
seltzer
this come
beer.
about? Because 4 of y'all are in Mean Motor Scooter,
Mhm.
and then y'all what? Just threw instruments in the air. Everybody grabbed one as it was coming down, and then
Oh,
you're like, "This is the
boy.
new band.
We rolled
No.
Let's
dice.
do it."
Oh
He's
boy.
been talking about doing this for years.
It's
we were
gonna be
like,
it's gonna be like
"Dude,
Aphex Twin. It's gonna be
just
doom metal.
do
It's gonna be
it."
this. It's
yeah,
gonna be
like,
that.
we're tired of hearing
Board,
about it.
Boards of Canada. Was
Bring
It's
thrown
gonna be
out.
like
something
Boards
to
of
the
Canada.
table.
It's gonna be like, yeah.
And he did, and I didn't know how to feel. I was like, okay, I'll listen to this. I'll listen to it. And like 3 or 4 days later, I listened to it. I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do this.
Well, that's a big jump to bounce around from between Aphex Twins, doom metal to Boards of Canada.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And-
I grew up listening to Aphex Twin and actually the Tom York solo album that he did when that movie came out with the magicians. I
Yeah.
forget.
The Prestige.
The Prestige. And he did that amazing song. And I was like, this electronic music thing is just...
It's catching on.
It's
People
great.
are listening to it.
think
And I
this
started
might just
asking
take
myself,
off.
does Richard James and Tom York, did they talk? Do they, you think?
I don't know. Well,
I found myself finding myself asking these
I mean,
questions.
they're in the
Do
same
now.
country, right?
Are they?
It's not
They
very
got to
big.
be. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
they
course,
gotta
of
be.
course.
It's not a very big country either, so they
No.
probably see each other at the grocery store.
They probably do.
Having a
But I think that would be...
the
that-
grocery store. I want to go there.
I think it'd be great if they did something together. I haven't heard them do anything together, but that's aside the point. But yes, listening to those, I was like, maybe we'll do an electronic project. And then it's
Viagra Boys.
Viagra Boys.
was a big
He
influence.
he started pulling out Viagra Boys. He dragged us. I think we all went. Not you, Mike. But one day we will go to a concert together. I promise.
It will happen.
But I think we all went to like Fiddler and
Mhm.
Black Lips. Did we go to Black Lips?
That was
together?
the same
I went-
show. Or there was 2 Fiddler
No, we went to
shows.
two. We went to
One of them
Fiddler
was-
at
Oh, I'm never mind. I'm getting things.
We went to
confused.
Fiddler at Curtain. No shit. Where was
Trees.
it? No.
Both times it was at Trees.
No.
We went to
No.
King
Club Dada.
Gizzard,
Club
too.
Dada.
I wasn't
That
there
was
the
a
first
different
time.
story.
Oh, Chase and I went.
I
Jeff.
was
Yeah,
there
Club
2
Dada.
different times at Trees. That must have been later.
Yeah.
And those there was like the Dune Rats were playing that night.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's the
seeing them
best.
play was like, this is kind of in the back of my mind, and like those crazy Australians, man. Like each of those bands I see that come out of Australia are just wow.
So good. I
Yeah,
didn't know they were from Australia until really recently.
right. And the
The
chats,
Viagra Boys?
No,
Oh.
the
they're
chats,
from
and
Sweden, I think. but
Dune Rats, and
Dune Rats. I didn't know
Dune
they
Rats.
were from Australia
Yeah.
until like a few months ago.
yeah, just seeing
I don't really
bands
like
like
them that
that.
much,
I love them. I loved them. They were.
Too poppy.
I can't pull a name out of a song out of my hat, but I just know that seeing them do
Too
what they're
hoppy?
doing.
Like a
Hoppy.
Oh, that's it.
Too
Hoppy, like a
hoppy.
beer.
With that, too many
It
IBUs.
doesn't go down
Yeah.
smooth
It's
enough
not
for me.
smooth.
Get you fucked up, though.
I don't like the bubbles.
They were just moving around a lot, and then then we went to see King Gizzard, and I think you guys seen King Gizzard.
King
surely.
Gizzard's
I was
bad.
there.
Yes, I was there.
I was
I wasn't
there.
at
We
the
were-
Fiddler
Gizzard
show.
We're all at
Yeah,
the
you
show.
guys went to King
Oh, they
Gizzard
played
a couple
together?
times too.
Yeah.
They played together.
We went in
We all
Dallas and-
all 4 of
well,
us
no,
went to
both
King Gizzard together.
But
didn't
the
we?
time when I passed out,
That was
That
another
was-
That was a
time.
different
That
King
was a
Gizzard
different
show.
time.
Yeah.
There's been diagrams of us that have gone to different ones of these shows.
right.
Again, they're Australian too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Crazy Australians.
Here they go again.
ACDC, crazy
I
Australians.
think they call him Akadaka down there.
Akadaka.
They're like the queen of now. I feel like King Gizzard to me.
Yeah, they have that
I'm gonna say AC/DC
ensemble.
is the queen of Australia.
No, like the queen, like the band Queen. Like they're to me, like they are like filling that void now. Today.
Right.
I don't know how you'd make a movie about them though.
Yeah.
There's
be
a
a-
way.
You don't know
Give it
there's
time.
a way.
Yeah,
It's
give
gonna
it
take
time.
a few decades.
One day.
Gotta get a story first.
Yeah.
If there's a studio, they'll make it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's that kind of helped us establish me to veer away from things like electronic music, which I really don't have a well thought out plan with, or I don't have the skill set to just sit there all day and just start doing electronic music. Like that's some real patience. Doom metal, that can take patience too, and so many bands are already doing it.
True.
And so I just kind of stuck with the idea of art, incorporating it as making this thing into an artsy kind of a music project, less of a genre categorized in any particular genre. Like I don't want to be pigeonholed into anything that is. Is that okay? Can I say that?
Pigeonhole.
I think that's like a
It's a thing.
Everyone feels
Yeah.
that way, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
I don't
been
think it's
canceled
racist
yet.
anymore,
I don't think
no.
I was
that's
gonna say.
Good.
Am I allowed to
Does
say
pigeonhole
that?
past the 2020
No,
filter.
shut
Yeah,
up,
no.
Matt.
Is that-
What are you
2020.
You
You,
can
can't
leave.
say that anymore.
Birds are gonna kill me on the way home.
It hasn't made it into
Except for
That
the
you cannot
babies.
say.
The babies don't exist.
hasn't made it into a Bill Burr stand-up special yet, so we're
Yeah.
good.
We're good.
He can have it if he wants.
we'll pass it on to him. So you can use this.
Bill
Here you
Burr,
go, Bill.
more like Bill Bird.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Be careful.
Or he'll shit on your head.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Well,
He's a Star Wars
I've
fan.
seen a
That's
couple.
cool.
I've seen people get shit on the head by birds, and
It's supposed to
I've
be
been
good
shit
luck.
on. Yeah.
That's what they say. It's good luck.
Yeah.
Is
That was a
everything
good
shitty
look.
that happens,
I
it's
didn't
like,
know
hey, it's
Today's
good luck.
gonna be a
Yeah.
good day.
Yeah.
Rinse it
I'll
off.
take it. I'll take that.
Yeah, it pisses you off, but everybody says, "Oh, that's good luck."
Rest of your day's
Okay.
gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's only good luck if you leave it on your head all day.
No, no.
I don't know about that.
I mean, technically speaking, it's all uphill after you've been shit on, right?
That's true.
Right, yeah.
Can't get much
Hey,
worse than this.
Can't get worse. I
Yeah.
was shit on earlier. It's all
It gets
good.
in your eyes. You can't see. You walk in the street and get hit by a car.
That's,
Gosh.
it's kind of the worst case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dying is good luck.
Yeah.
You're building scenarios out over there where this isn't good luck.
God, speaking of
Hold on, let me
anxiety.
Good.
Write
Good
that
luck
down.
getting hit by a car.
Yeah. So yeah, Uncle Toasties is it's what it is, you know. It's just the doom. Okay, circling back to the doom metal bit, like there are plenty of bands in DFW that do it great. I'm not one of them. Like,
Well,
because
the problem
it's-
with doom metal is it gets repetitive and
Yeah.
long, and
Right.
Kind of heard
It
that
is long.
before.
well, it's
it's long. I love doom metal. I mean, that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite genres. But there are times where I'm listening to a band, I'm like, let's go a little
Stoner
let's
doom.
go
It's like,
fast
how long's
forward a
this
little
song been
bit."
going on? You realize there's 4 songs deep.
14 minutes.
You're like, shit, man. It's been the same riff for 3.5 minutes now, and we haven't changed anything. Come on, guys. Come on.
We'll get there.
yeah, I remember really starting getting back into Black Sabbath, and then I put on a Bongzilla song, and I was like, "Wait, this riff sounds familiar."
Oh yeah.
Then there's one band that I sent to these guys, our record engineers and players, that I was like, "Oh, this would be cool if we kind of try to do this," and it was a band called Men of Porn. And they're from San Francisco, and that's Dale Crover from the Melvins.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw them at Gypsy Tea Room, and I'll tell you something. Holy shit! Like, nobody. I haven't heard anybody play like that. I think it was. I don't know if Billy Anderson was on bass that night, who's a Doom record engineer, pretty well known, and the ones that do it uniquely, that's great. But that is. Everybody's doing it, so I'm just kind of like, they can do it. They can do it. I'm just gonna try to keep from being placed in a box for now.
So this was all your idea. Get it going.
I wouldn't say all of it was solely my idea.
It was mostly his idea.
Let's say
Maybe.
80%, 90%, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Are these songs you had sitting around, or this stuff y'all all came up together?
they were initially going to be songs of vengeance.
No, they're all sung. Jeff has come up with all the songs.
They were initially sitting in that hospital bed back in November. I was plotting, and I was pissed.
Revenge on your lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to make this damn thing work.
Oh, no. I mean,
Now I'm going to yell and scream.
Or was it the,
and make
the
sure
doctors that worked on you? That you were
I know
doing?
people have had it worse than I have. I can't even imagine. But oh my God, 2019 sucked. 2020 sucks. But 2019 for me personally was just like, when will this shit fucking end?
So sitting in the hospital room, is that where this finally came out to where you were like, I'm fucking doing this
Because
and getting it out?
Yeah, because I did 2 CT scans and breath tests at a lung thing, a lung doctor off Magnolia, and it's really hard to quit smoking. I did the Chantix thing, and I went into a Chantix rage and all that, and drank on tequila. That's
Oh, did you do that shit?
was
That
bad.
shit is deadly.
That was
Mhm.
the
I had to
Observer Award
keep him from
night.
getting
Oh,
in
the
a,
Observer
actual
Awards.
physical altercation at the Observer Awards.
The Observer Award show, yeah, but the actual award show, you know, the announcement, you know, obviously Son of Stan won that one. And you guys looked at me because you guys knew I was on Chantix, but I didn't drink that night. I was like, no drinking that night, but I was on Chantix, and Son of Stan won, rightfully so. And
It was before any of that. It was the whole night.
no, you
The
guys
second we
turned.
got
You guys
there.
turned to me, and I like was holding back tears. It's like, why am I acting like this? This is
You and Amy both showed up with tears in your eyes. Like I'm like,
pretty
oh,
much.
This has
Pretty
been already
much.
I was
going
like,
on,
how's your
and
night
It's
going?
only
And you
gonna.
kinda were
She
like,
she really
Chantix.
tried.
I was
She
like,
tried it too, and I admire her
"I'm
for
gonna
that.
go smoke a cigarette."
Yeah. Actually, I started smoking again that night. It was,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
that didn't
not a
help
good
if both
call.
of them are on
With
it.
Chantrix?
Yeah.
On Chantix, yeah.
Oh my God! You know that
So-
shit's killed a lot of local musicians.
Well, there was the
Yeah.
Carter Albrecht, right?
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah, and also at the award show, not the award show.
We
I'm
brought
sorry,
that up.
The award ceremony. I remember going to the bar, and you have to. I guess you had to have tickets for an alcoholic beverage, but I told the bartender, I was like, "Can I get a Red Bull, please? Can I just get a Red Bull?" And she was like, at first she was like, "Well, no." Something she couldn't do it for
You
some
get
reason.
free drinks if you're there. Red Bull wasn't on the list.
Yeah, and I told
Yeah.
her, look, and she said no, and I was like, and I just like leaned in, and I was like, look, I'm on Chantix,
And she's like,
and
"Here,
I am
take the bar.
not- yeah.
Here, you can have what you want."
and
take
she
the
and
bar."
she was like, oh, damn, and she handed me a Red Bull, and it was like not necessarily how I go about things, but it was a manic time in my life, and
It's like, look, I don't know how to be nice
yeah,
right now.
that first
do it.
song you guys heard
I'm
was
not gonna mince words.
Chantix.
I yeah, I mean, if that first song you heard is literally just about my lung, just a hole in the lung, and it's like, this is how bad it is, and this is how bad it can be. It's not a warning, really. It's not, oh, you know,
Above the influence.
get your shit together. It's really nothing like that. But it was more of a let's make it fun, but let's see if people are listening to what I'm saying, because it's fun and it's poppy and it's. But the subject matter is, it sucks.
Ugh.
They were songs of vengeance, but I kind of pulled away from that idea at the request of many brilliant individuals, because vengeance will kill you faster than cigarettes. Even though I love the topic of vengeance, I love
Moral of the
I love
story.
it.
It's more the vengeance.
Wait, is that the
Keep
album
doing
title?
vengeance.
I think it is.
The
Like
vengeance
little
is on
hatred
you.
inside of you.
I want to take this verbatim and just write it. Like, is it a poem on the inside?
I was. What was it? The
Vengeance and
last
cigarettes.
session, I was telling
Vengeance, yeah, there you
Joe at like the last session, one of the last sessions we were doing. I was like, I love the topic of vengeance. I love a character who's into vengeance, and I brought up Khan. Like, I fucking love every word that fucking character says, and I don't know why, but it's like, this guy is fucking. That's a
Khan's
great
Super
character.
Newsom from King of the Hill. If you're not sure who he's talking about.
Oh, Khan from Star Trek. I was like, dude, this is great. But I'm talking the old. I'm not talking about Benedict
Revenge on his neighbors.
Cumberbatch. I'm talking about the what was his name? God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Ricardo Montalban.
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 Whom I guess my mom
Ricardo
dated his son.
Montalban.
I made him into Jeff Lord on a poster one time. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That
Do you
poster-
have it? Is it up here?
I don't know if I have it up here or not. I've got one.
I know you've got one.
Yeah.
Because I printed like 40 of them, and I
think it's in the
proudly
house.
handing them out to everybody.
Yeah, no, that was the greatest poster ever. That poster was awesome.
That's like probably my most proud graphic design thing ever.
So amazing.
But yeah, vengeance is fun to talk about, but vengeance is not fun exacting, really.
Yeah, but like we helped you with those vengeance lyrics, and
Yeah.
it was
And-
too hardcore or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we were
Too
it got to
on
the
the nose. I
yeah,
guess. I don't know.
It got to the point
We
where
had to be
it
more
was
metaphorical about it.
Oh, they were
eating
great.
the person you hate most, eating their heart, sort
What
of
song
thing.
is that? I don't even remember.
We all sat down.
Song
one
number
night,
2.
'cause
Oh,
he
yeah.
had some lyrics he wanted to rewrite, and he
yeah.
told us what he wanted them to be about.
Yep.
And then we got into it, and I thought they were good, but he was like, "This is too much."
This is
No. This is
There
your
was a few-
project. Do it. There's nothing wrong with eating the heart of enemies.
eating the heart of
Nothing.
enemies. Well, yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
I still think you should use them.
So our newest song's about a crocodile.
oh yeah. I wrote some lyrics that
Crocodile
were.
too?
I wrote some
They're always
lyrics for a
making
song.
fun
That
of
one was going to
like
be
Pittsburgh
about.
people.
That one was actually going to be about. and it was originally going to be about an ex who's pretty famous now, but that's beside the point now. But it was going to be like a fame
really
kind of
wide
shame
smile.
on fame sort of thing. Like you get famous, this is what happens. Like you become a bitch, but
And
No.
your
We're
phone gets
we're
hacked,
using the
and you
term
get
famous
nudies
very
on,
loosely, by the way.
Yeah.
give me back my fucking jacket.
That should be a lyric.
Mail me back my fucking jacket. And she did, but it had cat puke on it, which is totally fine.
That happens.
So classic her.
But that song is now about a crocodile
Wash
named
it.
Gustav, and that song is about how he just wants to be left alone.
Have you heard about this crocodile?
No, is he a Russian militant crocodile?
No, he's they call him the Butcher of Burundi, and that's the name of the song is the Butcher of Burundi.
He's really
And,
big crocodile.
He's like a famous man-eating crocodile.
Legend has it
You can-
he's
you
dead.
Killed
Google
like
him.
100
He's
people,
he's a
right?
real
Like
thing.
50?
Yeah, legend has it that Gustav is dead, but that's only legend, and it's in African tabloids now.
That's not the one they pulled villagers out of, was it?
There were
the
plenty of.
remains?
He was a legendary man-eater, and they said that he killed over 300 people.
300 people from the banks of the Ruzizi River.
Yep. The Butcher of Burundi.
Watch out.
Again, I love a Herman Melville concept of hunting something that doesn't want to be hunted.
How big is it? Killed as many as 300 people.
2,000-pound,
yeah.
65-year-old crocodile.
According to legend.
I've seen a real crocodile in the wild
I
in Africa,
How
Yeah.
the crocodile got his dinner.
and I was amazed by how big it was, and I was getting all close to it to take photos, and our guy just grabbed my shoulder and was like, "You're close enough." He's like, that thing turns, it's all
That's it
over
for
you.
you.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"They're faster than alligators?" He goes, "Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're way faster." And this thing was gigantic. Like,
run, like,
you could
40
fit a
miles an
car
hour.
in it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
They're freaking gigantic. I thought
Yeah.
the hippos were big. No,
Yeah.
the crocodiles are gigantic.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go watch the Archer crocodile.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
what's that Archer thing? Like
Yeah.
anything that survives the Pleistocene era or whatever.
Well, this
fear.
fellow, they say he's dead, but
No, they don't.
They
Well, they don't.
say.
They don't know.
They
It says
don't-
they
yeah, they
they say
don't
when he was
say.
born, or when they think he was born, 1955, hatched.
They'll never confirm the death.
well, there's a tabloid out there in Africa.
Possible death in 2019.
Yeah. So and
Wait,
it's
when did you
it's
say he
kind
was
of
born?
like, okay, well, maybe he's still out there, and I believe he is.
This is when
A
he
little bit of
hatched, but
Gustav
this is
in
when he
all of us.
There's a
cracked.
little Gustav in all of us.
I choose to believe
Man.
he's alive.
There's a
I think
little of
we-
all of us in Gustav.
We'd all be safer if we all chose
Or
to
there's
believe that he
300
was
of
alive.
them.
Totally, our lives would be a lot better. And then also like that shark they found swimming like somewhere off France that was 500 years old.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just heard
man.
about
What?
that. Or you might have
Like,
shared that. With
They were
me,
like,
but-
this shark's been around since the Civil War. Like, what?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But then
Is it like a
perspective.
basking shark or something?
No, it was a big whale shark. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He ate
Been around
both the Monitor
forever.
and the Merrimack.
Freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do sharks just they only die if something kills them, right? I think.
I think
I've
so.
heard. Yeah. No, like they don't like die of old age. They don't get like osteoporosis or
Okay,
anything.
arthritis.
They just keep swimming.
Yeah, they just keep unless something
if they
kills
get
them.
If they
bored.
don't swim though, I heard like if they don't keep moving,
Yeah.
I heard they die.
Yeah.
Well, probably
So
from
what do you-
starvation or something like
I
that.
don't know.
Right?
Something about like you just gotta keep going.
But if you
Just
turn them
keep
upside
swimming.
down, you rule the world. I've seen
Yeah.
that. Like they'll grab them and turn them upside down,
That's
Mhm.
the weak.
and they can't do anything.
Is that
well, of
how
course,
you-
you're not grabbing a gray white, but they're grabbing like
I would
you know
not
little
I could
sharks.
somehow
and turn 'em-
manage to get them upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, could you?
That's where they're ticklish.
No.
I couldn't
I'm
personally.
a good swimmer, but
No, I don't think I could. Maybe it was a little.
That's scary.
Have you ever seen whales sleep? That's weird.
What?
Like
No.
one eye open.
Do
on
they
the
sleep?
Bottom and they come up every 45 minutes, or do they sleep on the
No,
surface?
like blue whales, the big giant ones, they'll sleep straight up and down.
Whoa.
Oh, weird.
It's
Really?
creepy as
I
shit.
guess that's like
yeah.
us lying
know
down
that.
when we go to sleep.
Yeah, relative to
Yeah,
them.
relative to where they're usually faced.
The more you know.
Oh my
Like, time
god!
for bed.
Stop. That's hilarious.
Like,
Speaking
like
of
here you go.
Oh, that's
see.
creepy.
Oh, no.
What the heck?
That is-
Like, can you imagine just you're
Whoa.
out scuba
I did
diving and you
not
just
know
come
that.
into this like
What are
like here's a
those?
whale.
Oh my
Whale.
god, those are whales that are sleeping.
Here's a whale sleeping.
whale, whale,
Vertically.
whale.
Yeah.
Like what you just jump in a boat and you got scuba gear
Imagine
on. The
the
first
first
thing
guy
you
that
see is
saw
a
that.
bunch of blue whales just doing that. Blue whales are gigantic.
Yeah.
and they're just vertical, just hanging out. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are they doing?
Just chilling.
Did you see that video going around today of the guy that had the like puma or whatever it was follow him for a while?
Yes.
That was
6-minute
I
video.
did see
Yeah.
that. That was terrifying.
I watched it last
Throw
night.
a fucking rock, and finally he hits it with a rock.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Went out for like 8 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's
Yeah, and that was
crazy.
kind of
That's
crazy
really
that
scary.
I figured it being a mother cat, like it wouldn't get that far from its cubs or
Yeah.
whatever. or-
Trying to feed him.
Well, but she could
Pretty
probably
hungry.
smell where they were or something. Like I don't know.
It's like she
They're-
kept looking
they're
back
little
here and there, but
pheromones.
when she did the charge,
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
we were
heart
talking about it at
started
work.
racing.
I would have shit my pants and then slipped on my own shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing would have made
No,
me-
there's
over.
something like that just hits your reptile brain right there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like-
Well, I mean, it's like the best, the perfect predator.
yeah.
And then
Rat,
at
cat.
the
Best killing machine.
did you watch the whole video? Like
Mhm.
it's like long, and at the end the guy just kind of squats down. He's like, "Look at my hand." Well, I'm kind of calm,
Like,
but he's
run.
like, "I can't believe that happened." I'm like, "I
I'm
still
surprised
wouldn't
he
be
kept
there."
filming. I would have
Yeah.
dropped my phone.
Why did you
Get
stop?
out.
Yes, she ran off. But all it takes is for her to turn around and come charging
Yeah,
at
3
you,
more
and you're
come back.
done.
Yeah.
She's really not that far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
keep going.
I'm scared of my own little, 6-pound cat.
Yeah.
They'll get you.
I can't imagine that.
My grandpa did that once up in Montana. He was driving on a 4-wheeler or something like that, up through like some little mountain pass, and he came upon 2 mountain lion cubs just like wrestling around in like this kind of like dead end area, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" Like, just backed it up as like fast as he could.
We used to have one, and this was so dumb. When I was younger, down in Junction, we had one that would jump in and attack the chickens and slaughter them. Like every night, he'd come in and get a chicken or 2.
Yeah.
So one day, me and my cousins were like, "Well, let's go find it."
Oh wait.
And with little 22s.
Oh good.
Yeah, let's go find it. We'll go hunt this thing down. It's got to be in the hills here somewhere.
Let's go agitate it.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with a 22 except aggravate the shit out of it? And I think mine was a single load, so that would have been great.
Oh, awesome.
Pow! Hold on.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Okay. Bam. Hold on. Please don't charge me.
Man.
Yeah, that was dumb. I would never fight a cat.
No.
No.
And I've had so many people, like adults in my life, tell because I used to go camping a lot as a kid. That if you don't go up to a baby animal.
No,
because,
never.
Even as little kids, they like baby animals. So
Bear,
no,
bobcat,
that's the worst thing.
mountain
you could do.
lion, anything. No.
Stay away.
It's a baby bear. Mm-mm. The end.
RoboTuner said it's a cougar, not an actual cougar, not an older woman.
Oh, I wasn't sure, but thanks for clearing
thanks
that
for
up, Matt.
clearing that up.
I'd seen the video and I still didn't
Thanks,
know
Matt.
that.
Now someone needs to go deep fake that video and put a woman's
Karen.
face.
Put a Karen on
I had
it.
a
I-
similar
Total Karen on
situation
it.
happen in Austin.
Oh, yeah. Sammy was approached by a
Dude,
cougar
she
for
was that aggressive.
about,
She
for
was
about
that
6
aggressive.
minutes, and she was
like,
6
forcing me
minutes.
to kiss
That's
her.
the length of the
It was
video.
bad.
It was
She keep
bad.
pawing at you as
It
she's
was
coming at you.
bad.
We weren't very good bandmates
No,
that
we were
night either.
not helping you at all.
Not at all. You're
No.
horrible.
I wouldn't have been either. That would have been pure entertainment just
I
to
was,
sit back
like,
and watch.
trying to
We're like,
just
go
be
on,
I'm not gonna
Sammy.
lie, it was pretty
person.
funny.
I didn't
Just
want
go
to
have
hurt
some
anybody's
fun.
feelings, but I was like, a decision has to be made. Like at some point, you get pushed so far where you're like, I either tell this person to fuck off,
Like,
or I
remember
go
that,
home with
like
them.
in The Sword in the
Yep.
Stone, how like the female squirrel is like he won't leave the male squirrel alone and like keeps grabbing him and stuff. That was it.
That's what that. Yeah.
Yeah,
She started singing me a song about
that was about the
blue
point that we were
bed
like,
sheets or something.
"All
Like
right,
she's
all
trying to like
right."
serenade me. I was like,
What if she
Let's
started
bail Sammy
singing?
out.
What if out of nowhere she started singing one of your songs?
okay, that would be weird because I'm pretty sure
That
that
would've
she
been
only knew about us
stalker-esque.
as of that night.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything beyond that.
She's
would
like, I've just been
definitely
pretending
really
all
weird.
night. I'm gonna sing you a song now, and she just rips
I
it
just
out.
remember
No,
you kind
that
of
wasn't
coming
down like a
"Guys, she's
dog."
disgusting."
That wasn't the same one that
Okay.
was sending y'all those Facebook messages with the winky faces and
No,
kissy
different
faces
old
and
that
stuff.
wasn't the same one.
Different old lady.
Different person.
That was also
That
hilarious.
was weird. That was
What do
weird.
you do? But yeah, no, that night I literally was like, I had to kiss her on the cheek just so I could get out of the bar and leave. and it was
That was at the White
humiliating.
Horse, I think.
Yeah, it was at the White Horse.
Works every time.
She's like, I've been around. A lot of people know me. I'm like, I want to go.
Smells like it.
So
You know-
bad.
You know, that's not a bad game plan, though. It's like, because I used to work with a bunch of guys that would hook up with older women because they would be the sugar mamas and get them anything they wanted.
Yeah, that wasn't this at all.
No.
It wasn't
That
worth
was
it.
worse.
She
Yeah.
had a full liquor
She
cabinet
was already
back at her
hanging
place,
out with
though.
the other
Sammy.
band that was coming through. I think she was riding with them. I was like,
She's
you
like an
know,
old
There
Band-Aid.
was nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Old go-go like it was like this is her lifestyle.
Retired go-go dancer.
And I was
Yeah.
just not into it, but I was trying to be nice and respectful. But it was like at some point I had to just
Go
be
go
like,
gone.
Please leave me alone. Go away. This isn't fun for me. I want to go home.
This isn't fun anymore.
Did you try to pawn her off any and go like,
I
that
think
dude
really,
over
like,
there
was
wants
hanging
you.
out with
Funny,
another
though.
dude. And I was like, we're gay. like I got to that point where I was like, I'm gonna sit in this guy's lap until you leave me alone. And then they ended up running off together, I think. So
Oh, hey, it worked out. There you
go. So I made it home safe.
A few times.
Well, that's good.
I lived to tell the tale. And I saw her again the next time we went down to Austin. I saw
No,
her.
no.
I still made eye contact. I was like, oh, no.
Just don't even
She's
look
just
at
a
it.
don't
scene
know you.
fly.
She probably
was
didn't
there.
recognize you at that point.
No,
She probably
she did. Trust me. The second we saw each other, I was
Oh, crap.
other direction. Like,
Just
she's here.
my
She's here.
luck.
She's here.
Y'all look in each other's eyes and almost paradise starts playing. Y'all walk towards each other.
More
Every
than
cell in my
words.
body just starts screaming. I'm like, "Whoa, where's the exit?"
That's when you go into your lizard brain because the cougar's after you.
That's what I'm saying.
Same
Similar
thing.
situation.
Similar.
Yeah.
Good times.
I
Good
just
times.
see
yeah.
Robert Tuner in the chat right now.
Yeah. He has fun. in
Oh, he
here.
knows who my famous ex is.
Does he
Uh-oh.
really?
Don't say anything, Matthew. Leave it alone.
Say it
Feels like
right
since
now.
Say
you
it.
said that,
Leave
you
it
want-
alone.
you
If you
kinda
don't
want
say
her
it,
Call her
then we
at.
don't
No,
believe you.
leave her alone.
I don't
Call
believe
her.
you.
Leave it
honestly.
alone.
I don't.
That's
I
kind
really
of weird.
We're both happy in our own lives. Leave it
Famous
alone.
is such a relative term. Too.
It is too.
People
Like,
dress as
famous
her
to
at Comic Cons all the time, so that's pretty famous. If you
Do
ask
they
me.
make that much like her?
Is she a household name?
Has she hung out with Della Biafra?
I don't know. It doesn't really fucking matter. I mean, we're both living our
is she
lives
a
happily.
cosplayer?
Oh, I don't know.
No, she
She's
was.
famous in the video game circuit.
I guess
Tangentially.
whatever that means.
Well, he also has other
Niche
facts, like a blue whale's penis weighs 150 pounds. So,
Oh, fantastic!
I mean, we can
Wow.
weigh all that.
Incredible.
That's what happens.
That's
in
how
the,
much I weigh.
you weigh as much
Weigh
as
the
a
same
dick.
as a dick on a blue whale.
Yes.
All right.
You weigh the same as a
I'm
dick.
fine with it.
All right.
That's cool.
Whale dick weight.
You can have me. That's what she told the old lady. You can have me or a blue whale dick.
Or I can dress up like a whale dick.
You know, which do you want?
Good
There's your
Halloween
Halloween.
costume. Yeah.
Giant.
It just
Salad.
is a giant blue dick.
And you just put a little sign
What
on that
are
says
you?
life size.
Life-size whale dick.
And it would be a sperm
Yeah.
whale, of course.
Oh, all right. So you're the odd man out,
Truly.
Mike.
Mike.
Oh, hey, didn't see that.
How'd you get sucked into all this chaos?
Well, honestly,
them.
it was just a Facebook message from old Jeffrey here. You know, he asked me, "You still playing drums?" Because my old band, Bad Blonde, used to open up for Mean Motor Scooter back in the day, and I guess he remembered me because he reached out to me a few years later and said, "You still playing drums?" I said, "Of course, yeah, all the time." He said, "Well, how would you feel about playing in a doom band?" Is what we decided on at the time.
Started doing it.
And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm down." So we got together like a couple months later, and then started making some stuff. So
Left-handed. I remember seeing you guys play, and I was like, left-handed.
Also,
Left-handed?
not
Yeah.
the only reason you were in the band. He had me come to the practice, and he had a bunch of people who he was trying out. And I listened to all of them, and I was there, and he just wanted my opinion, my honest opinion. To which I said, "That's the only guy
I remember.
that you need in the
that's too
band."
kind.
Let me
the only
just say, for the next time we record, I'm going to need you to play right-handed.
Oh,
no.
Wait a
It's
second.
gonna
How many,
sound like crap.
how many lefties do we have in this band?
I'm a left-handed, but I'll play.
He's
I mean, I'm
ambidextrous.
left-handed when I write,
But you play right.
but
you
I play right-handed.
say standard.
Standard.
Standard
yeah.
drum kit. You play it
Standard.
the right way.
Yeah, he does.
The-
No one else plays left-handed.
Mm-mm.
No one else does. Okay. For some, yeah, you don't.
I skateboard goofy. I mean, I snowboard goofy.
Neither one of y'all do. Okay, yeah.
whatever that means. That's left foot.
That's lefty.
That really doesn't have to do with
Like
right or
facing
left,
left.
goofy or that's just a preference. I don't know. I've known people that it's not a right or left thing.
Yeah, I've known
that
righties that
right?
skate goofy and yeah.
I play hockey
that would make
left-handed because
sense,
my
but I
parents
don't
bought me
think
a left-handed hockey stick when I was a
Just-
kid.
So
do
that's how
have
you.
a
That's how I
left-handed
learned.
hockey stick?
Your slap shot got
Huh?
strong
It
by
just
doing that.
seems like it's just a stick, so I guess
No,
it's
the-
just a
Well, the
big
curve.
stick.
Sometimes a
okay,
stick
okay.
is not
A
just
left-handed hammer.
It's the same thing with like when people go, "I can't buy that gun because I'm a lefty," and I'm like,
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
my dad.
oh,
My dad
I-
has to shoot
yeah.
left.
It's got
My
a
dad.
big,
My dad
shell
shoots left-handed.
casings.
"Well, that's the way like Marlon is," and then
Mhm.
like
Oh, yeah.
just spent cartridges shooting his face
Yeah,
as he's shooting. So
I'm left-eyed.
left-eyed.
yeah.
Left
Doesn't
eye.
yeah.
Well,
my
that's
dad's my
because you're
dad's right.
drunk.
No.
My right nostril can't
definitely-
smell that great.
Yeah. If you. Anyways, that's great
Dot, dot, dot.
podcasting. It's like-
So that's how you came into the fold. And between you and I, none of them are listening. What do you think of these guys? I mean,
I love them. I
Oh,
mean,
you do?
like I said, I played with them when I was in Bad Blonde, and they were always my favorite part of the show. Either way, like so, I was always a big fan
Stop.
of. No, I'm not making this up. I swear. But
What are
so
we talking about?
when Jeffrey asked me to be in the band, it was pretty much a huge honor. And then later on, we decided, 3 other guys are going to come in, and I was like, dude, hell yeah, this is going to be awesome. So I'm really excited about it, and it's been a blast
Actually,
the whole way.
Mike was in the band before we were.
Yeah, no, he was the first.
Yeah, he was the
member
first member.
outside of Chase. For sure.
nice.
Mike and I laid out the foundations for everything that was recorded.
It's just a backpack with a
thought I
bunch of
knocked
shit
it
in
over.
them.
Yeah, Mike and I laid down the foundation of what was going to be recorded for the first few singles, EP, whatever we want to call it. And we I spent like, how long did I spend on that? Was it Aha?
Uh-huh.
So
Probably
glad
an
I didn't
entire-
come
Take
that
on
day.
me.
An entire
whole take on
practice
me
work.
thing.
I spent
Hey,
like
you coming to practice
probably
today? I was
4
like, nah,
hours.
and then I saw
Yeah,
the video, and
I was like, let's
good
do-
decision.
let's do this, and they're like, yeah, and I was like, I gotta post something, and so it was like, well, let me try to learn this just to see if I can, and like there was a point where I looked over at Mike and he was just drumming the same thing, and he just kind of gave me this look like, kill me, please. This is-
Smother me.
He's
Yeah.
like,
we,
"Oh,
we
is
didn't
it
get
that
down to the
obvious?"
breakdown yet.
Yeah.
It's like, dun-dun-dun.
yeah.
Until we can go through the
Dun-dun-dun.
excruciating little tidbits.
Mike's over there
with
going, I
him.
thought I was going to play real stuff.
That's
What's
the
the
real
real
stuff,
stuff? What's
yeah.
going
Are
on?
we doing anything today?
Yeah.
We did
This is a punk
So,
band, right?
we also did what was it, the day that Sid, one of the first singer of Bad Brains passed away, and we did a song for Bad Brains, and I was unaware he passed. Sid, I think his name was, but he passed away, and we were playing. We were learning how to play the song "Pay to Come." And then I get home and I'm like, oh, damn, this guy just died. Like,
Yeah.
it tends to happen with me sometimes. I remember one time Amy started playing the Doors one time years ago, and I said the Doors are so overrated. And Ray Manzarek, is that how you say his name? He
Yes.
died the
He
next
died
day.
on the spot.
So you have this
fucking
power.
bitch.
Jeffrey Chase Freeman
You could just
You're
just
just
said,
Boom.
Doors, they aren't that great. Dead.
you did
What have I done? Like,
The-
it
the
doesn't
funny
matter if
thing
I.
is-
It doesn't
Clap.
matter. Doesn't matter if
Clap,
it's
clap,
flattering
you'll
or if
bring 'em
I
back to life.
don't like it or if I'm
So good.
amused by what they're doing. Like they fucking died.
People
Like,
die.
Why is this happening? Why?
Because they're old.
yeah.
Yeah, Raymond
That
Zerk
causes
was kinda
it
old.
usually.
And he wasn't a shark, so
You lived a good life.
Joe, is it true?
About what?
Oh, we have a question from the chat
Something
room.
about about your big boy amp.
I
you have a big
did.
boy amp.
I only bought it to impress Marlon, but
Oh.
Or did you only borrow it to impress Marlon?
I'm sure you did.
Cheers, Marlon.
I only took a picture of
Yeah,
this
you
to
took an
impress
Instagram
Marlon.
post.
I was like, hey man, can I take a picture of your amp real quick? I gotta show off to one of my friends so he thinks I'm a big boy.
You heard this? Have you heard the story about someone here? Hello. Oh, okay. I thought I heard someone knock.
We're not a potty trained band.
Do you hear the story
Let's put
about
down newspaper next time.
Jeff went and caught a fish one time
Uh huh.
at some pond down south, and he caught this fish and reeled it in and everything, some guy was standing over there fishing too. He's like, "Hey man, can I take a picture with
Oh
your
my
fish?"
god! Yeah, I remember him saying that.
That's
And just
really
like,
funny.
"Sure, man." And then later he's taking on. He's like, "That motherfucker took my fish and probably showed it to all his friends. Look what I got."
Look what I got! Yeah, he might have
Same
won a
thing.
bet off of that.
That's what you. That's what you did with the amp. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Hey man,
Did
can
you
I borrow
win a
that
bet?
amp? And I just want to let me put my guitar right in front
Yeah.
of it. We'll plug it in. Real
It
quick,
has to
make
be
look
my
good.
guitar. It can't be yours.
Yeah,
So
make it
otherwise
look-
they'll
make it
be able
look-
to
yeah,
tell.
they'll know.
That's funny.
But yeah, he's been steady giving me a razz for years about not playing big boy amps. So
No, that actually
I
reminds me.
finally had to get me a Marshall.
Speaking of me things here and there, I remember bringing up the idea of playing Pay to Come and Aha and covers like that, and these guys were like, no covers. And then like it ran through my head several times, like would be really cool is if we covered $1 Million Gumball.
Hell
But
yeah.
that's a cover already.
I see that song live, and I'm just like, I just
It's a hat
have
on a
this
hat.
smile on my face, like, dude, this is. Oh, hey Kevin,
This
I
is
want-
why I
I
normally
want
don't
your
have a
autograph
chat
too, Kevin. That's my boss.
room.
Hi,
Oh,
Kevin.
it is.
Hey Kev.
I want your autograph too, Kevin.
You get it
But
on your
yeah, man.
checks?
Uh-huh.
No, you don't get it on your checks?
Wow. Anyway, yeah, $1 Million Gumball. That'd
I'd
be
cover Mr. Dude if you want to. I already know how to play Mr. Dude. if
Mr.
you want to cover it.
Dude. God, I don't
Well,
know,
see,
man.
covering another local band isn't really a cover, right? We're having fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jerking
I
each
know.
other
There's a
off.
gray
There are
area.
some
Jerking each
bands.
other off.
There are some bands that
That's our band
will
by
not
the
allow
way.
that to
Yes.
happen.
And that's true. That's true.
There are some bands that will not
Yeah,
allow
it's
that.
good to ask.
Not
No,
allow it.
I don't have any
Maybe
names.
surprise
They
them
don't
with
have to
it
give
and
fucking
then see
Yeah, I
how
don't
it
know.
goes.
I don't want to
Yeah.
not
Bigger.
allow it. Even if
Yeah,
you don't
that's
like
true.
it, it's
That's
like get over it.
Just
can't
do
tell
it.
someone You
For
can't
fun.
cover something.
I'm really like if you're at a show, say you're at Mass, and like a few members of the band you're covering are in there, and you're just like, "Fuck, I'm on stage. You're not. I'm gonna play one of y'all's songs.
Get over
Deal
it.
with it."
Uncle Toasty
Get
covers
over it.
down
I
like a
don't know
dog
what
and
we
creates a
would do.
new black hole.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's weird. That's like
That'd be worth it.
Who was it? Kalichi Burnout covered one of our Mean Motor
I was
Scooter
just trying
songs
to-
years
right.
ago.
And I wasn't. I cover it again. It's fine.
What was,
it's not the way I would do it.
It was
but-
kind of jazzy, wasn't it? If I
Yeah,
remember.
they did it like more kind of softer. But I think
They
that
did
was the
in their
point.
style.
I think that was the
Deep
idea.
down
But
where
you
the
can only do
monsters
it in your
live.
It wasn't.
style.
It was
was
not even their
interesting.
style. It was just
already
like a different
Kind
style.
of
like,
heard
yeah.
them there.
I
Didn't we?
didn't even barely recognize
We heard
it.
them at the practice space sort of covering it.
We
Or was that
did.
just me?
No, yeah, we heard him. We heard
Down
him.
where the
And I was just like,
monsters
oh, because I
live.
knew they were gonna try to make it a surprise.
well, I only heard that
I think Will's
song.
watching.
They played it what once?
They
Mhm.
played it at
And then
Sunshine.
it was-
Once at Sunshine
At the
Bar,
Sunshine
so
Bar.
nobody heard it.
I was
heard
there.
it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I didn't know they were
everybody-
even playing it
What am
though.
I, nobody?
They had to tell me though, like they're playing monsters. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
really?
okay.
Oh,
yeah, I gotta hear it. I
That's an interesting take.
was like, okay.
Was that the night that I got attacked by
Oh.
there was
Yes.
those two
the
women
meth head.
It was
meth
the-
head cougar.
Method and her daughter.
and her?
What
yeah.
the fuck's with y'all getting attacked by cougars?
She sat on my lap, and I was eating my animal crackers, and I was
And
trying
that-
to enjoy myself.
That became our.
She sits
code
in my
word.
lap, and I'm like, "Can you please get off my lap, please?" And she just gets up, turns and looks at me, and slaps my animal crackers out of my hand. And what am I supposed to do?
Dude, that pissed me off. I'd punch
I
her
just
right
like
in the fucking
I just
face.
like sat there like this, like
She tried to sit in my lap
Really?
later that night too. I
You
think I
don't
had to, like,
you don't
dodge out of
slap
it.
She was
animal
going after
crackers out of my
everybody.
hands.
and then
That's-
she
that's
grabbed her
death.
mom, and she was like, "We gotta get out of
Yeah,
here."
she and her mom wanted to hook
And
up
they
with me.
ran out and took a piss in the parking lot.
I know who you're talking about.
My
Oh, you
goodness.
do?
Oh, probably they're regulars.
No, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're regulars.
They're always up there.
Name
She's
names.
always up there with her mom. I don't know her name, but I have ran into issues with her.
really?
Don't
Up there.
fuck with
She
me when I
started
have my
crying.
animal
For
crackers.
At one
She's
point,
pretty
she's-
aggressive.
That's the next
she
song
started
is gonna
crying,
it's
and
gonna be
I just,
about
like,
that.
Went up there, I was like, "You can't go up there and grab people." And she's like, she takes me and like starts crying, and she's just like, "I did drugs."
I did.
But I
Good.
always got weirded
Oh.
out that like
It's
she'd
yeah,
be like,
"You do this every day, though."
I'm like, "Oh, who you here with?"
What's new?
I'm here with my mom.
That's how you are.
And her mom's over there just, blah. And I'm like, what the
Hey,
fuck?
Mom.
Okay.
We have a
What the
special
fuck?
My
bond.
mom doesn't
Yes.
get out very often. Can you give her a good
What the
time?
fuck is that?
Y'all are here every weekend.
You know
What do
where
you
to
mean
get
your
me
mom
meth
doesn't
for
get
my
out that often?
mom.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure
that
they've
was the
had a-
night in.
had a hard
Oh, Marlon was on that bill that night too.
Yeah.
apparently.
Y'all were
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I think
it was you guys, Marlon, and Breakers tripped a few times.
That's right.
Breakers trip.
And
I ended up having to use
amp fell over.
Ray's amp and
because one fell.
no, because mine blew out.
I thought
Oh,
you were
that's what
saying
it was.
Breakers Tripped as a band name.
No,
No,
I was like
Breakers.
Breakers
Your
Tripped.
band.
Yeah.
That's a
your
cool
aunt
band
blew
name,
out
but
and
I
then
never
you
heard
were
of
like,
it.
Yeah, my
Breakers
my
Tripped.
amp blew out the night before at the grotto, and so then I had to use Ray's amp, and then like halfway through the set, like it rattled off of the cabinet.
How's everybody doing tonight? We're called Breakers Tripped.
Yeah, but I remember they fired up the smoke machine and like
Yeah, that's
2
when
songs in, it went
That's
chunk.
my weather.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the whole
God
thing, just
dang
the
it.
whole bar
You
is.
gotta crank it
Breakers
up.
Tripped.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's why you don't crank up the smoke
So
machine. Yeah.
Will from Phantomello wants everyone to know that he also weighs as much as a blue whale dick, and he's also wearing a
Yep.
blue sweater.
Did he send me that too?
Bragger.
No, I
Love
gotta
you,
go.
Will.
All right,
Bragger.
Will. There's the thing. You've got to. Y'all got to go. Is for Halloween is 2 blue whale
Two
dicks.
matching
Whale
whale
dicks.
dicks.
Just walking around.
Will,
How often do
are
you
we
get
gonna
2
be whale
matching
dicks for
whale
Halloween?
dicks?
Watching on the
Text me
TV,
yes
bro.
or no.
Will, are we gonna be?
These are the real questions.
I'm down if you are, man. I'll
wants
get a
me-
lot of Vaseline.
Will wants me to sign
So what
his
you
butt
do
cheeks.
is you blow up balloons, and then that's how you make the paper mache.
Oh, paper mache. You're gonna
That's
help
an
us
excellent
with it.
idea.
No, I'll tell you how to do it.
Ah.
Okay.
I'll tell you
Are
about it.
But it's not that hard. What?
are whale dicks circumcised? I guess.
It's not that hard.
Probably
I
not.
don't know.
I
Are they
don't
like
know.
they're
Do
like
they have
I
a
don't
dog?
think they're Catholic.
Dog-
They don't- they don't have a- there-
Should
there
they
isn't
be
a-
circumcised is the question. How ugly is the whale dick by itself?
Well, let's
Do we
just
need to
look
clean
that
it
up.
up?
Put it on the
What's
big
hygiene
screen.
like?
Can we look that
What
up?
does a whale vagina look like?
Let's
how
go
are,
in
how
here.
often
to
are
know now.
whale sexually transmitted diseases
Please
a thing?
don't.
How often does
Blue-
that happen?
Please,
Well,
please.
Do
Oh.
whales get herpes?
All right,
They get crabs.
a blue whale penis.
Do we-
Actual crabs, though.
Yeah.
is that-
You would never-
sea crabs.
Sea crabs, but they are crabs because they're
Like, why are all these crabs?
Sea crabs
have
are
the whale
crabs.
genitalia?
Holy
Holy
shit!
shit! It looks like a giant carrot.
Well, that doesn't weigh 150 pounds.
Giant.
I don't know. That guy's straining.
That
Look
is
at
actually
Who is
very
that
big.
guy?
I can't hold Will or Sammy like that.
That dude is sweating. Look,
What if I was
there's
erect?
perspiration.
Who is that
That's
guy?
photoshopped for
I don't
sure.
know. Whoa! Look at this. It just comes out.
It looks like a tongue.
What the hell is that?
Unbelievable
It's a
facts.
whale
Looks like
dick.
a slug.
That's
Is
a
that
blue whale dick. Everybody hop on
Trunco?
Google and
I
look up
don't
blue
like
whale
that.
dicks.
That's where they think Trunco
Look, it's the
came
Loch Ness
from, right?
Monster.
If I saw that,
Look,
that would
Here's a
terrify me.
petrified one on someone's wall. Can you imagine having that hanging in your house? What's that?
Why is it
I've never
hairy?
seen that
All
type
the
of
way to the
animal
Definitely a
before.
conversation piece.
Jesus.
So
What
it's
kind
not
of
a
tusk
tusk,
is
That's
that?
a dick.
Yeah.
Look at
We
this
hang
one.
our coats
Look.
from that.
He's just slinging it out.
Ooh,
He's got that curve.
that's
going.
hot. Those creepy ass seagulls just watching.
Whoa!
Someone's holding it with their bare hand.
No, that's at SeaWorld. They have to
Yeah.
they have to jerk off the killer whales. That's somebody's job.
It's a stress
Fuck
relief
SeaWorld.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
SeaWorld's.
They don't let me do
Evil.
that.
You hear me, SeaWorld?
Yeah, is that a
Why
weird?
are they
Oh,
allowed and
remember
not
the
high?
episode of King of the Hill?
Is
with
that a
the
weird,
hanging
uh,
dolphin?
Is that a special tour you got to pay more for? Or
There
you
was
like,
that
for $60
that
you get to
dolphin
jerk
that
off a
they fed
whale.
LSD to.
Oh,
that
that brings
handler
Splash
jerked
Zone a whole
off.
new
Oh,
meaning.
yeah.
All right.
Really, they have corkscrew penises.
How much
Thought those are
fun?
pigs.
And I know this is PETA. This is where PETA gets mad, and I get a letter from them. But how much fun would it be to just experiment with different animals? Here's
What,
some
sexually?
LSD. Here's some
I was
LSD.
like,
Well, hold on.
Where is this
Hold
going?
on.
I don't want to give animals drugs because it's.
A waste of drugs.
Well,
That too.
I
Yeah.
just feel bad about past situations where it's like you blow a hit in your dog's face or whatever, and it's like, that's still
And then it just
pretty
falls
bad.
over.
I didn't sign
Yeah.
up
It's
for
not
this.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so I don't know.
So
My
I had
dog
a-
almost died from getting into like a bunch of aspirin one time because it was a beagle. And
Well,
thought it was
aspirin's
food.
bad.
Yeah, and it was just like laying there
But it's
sleeping. I was
LSD?
just like, "Are you okay?"
Immediate ulcer.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you-
probably why it died not young. It
Let's
should've
find an
died
elephant
sooner.
and give it a bunch of mushrooms and see what happens.
Yeah.
Do elephants
just
get
kinda
they
curious.
get drunk?
Elephants do get
Monkeys
drunk.
do.
Yeah, that's where I can't
They
remember
love
what that liqueur is called or whatever, but it's from some tree in Africa. It falls off and then like ferments, and
I
elephants
used
eat
to
it.
have some out there.
Yeah, they eat it up and get,
Will,
get
Will wants to
trashed.
know how big the whale vag is. Must
Well,
be like a small
s-
cave, he says.
It's slightly
probably pretty big.
Well,
slightly bigger than a whale dick, I guess.
Will?
It can house a whale dick. I
There's
can
this-
fit inside of it.
there's this thing called Google,
Do it.
and we're going to use it right now.
See where this goes.
We're going to look up blue whale vagina.
Oh, there's gonna be somebody knee deep in one of them.
Or it's going to be a blue waffle. Ooh, what is that? No.
I'm not seeing much.
What is this? What is this
That
down here?
Whoa.
looks exactly what
That
I
can't
thought
be right.
you were gonna Google.
What is this?
Ooh.
That can't be
Oh,
right.
Vagina.
That
The
can't be.
orange
no,
one is.
no.
The
Oh,
orange
no.
one.
With this whale
Well,
vagina,
how big is that?
No.
That's a whale vagina.
Aw.
Mm.
Baby whales come out of that.
You know what? You might have seen the same thing if you took that lady home down there in Austin.
Oh.
You know,
Called
I
them
made a lot
out.
of bad decisions in my life, but that was not
That
one
was
of
a
them.
good one.
That was my head was on my shoulders for that
Yes.
one.
You
I
were
was
totally
drunk as
together.
hell too, but I knew the right thing.
You knew what to do.
Well, that's what San Diego is, right? No, that's what Robotuner said in the chat. Damn it.
San Diego.
It means a whale's vagina. All right, so back to the band.
Band.
As we bounce around. What are
Breakers
the,
tripped.
What are the plans? What are your plans with Uncle Toasty? What are y'all gonna do?
Sell. No, I don't know yet.
Where are we at on the recording process?
The recording process, we have several different items that we need to. I'm not trying to sound corporate or anything, but
You sound like you're talking to a cop.
we have several items.
I didn't
that,
just pull you
please,
over. I'm
I-
asking a simple
You
question.
can check my pockets if you
Sorry,
want,
so
but I
what are we
prefer
talking
you
about?
didn't.
Hey, I'm an honest guy. You know.
We have 4 songs recorded.
Here are
They're
my
not all
keys.
mixed
Here's my
yet.
wallet.
Just don't search my car, please.
We are.
Let me take a guess of where these are being recorded
Okay.
and who's recording them.
All right.
And
Oh,
These.
what's happening?
that was a quick one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
All right.
Yes. Go.
So that we all know where this is happening.
Yes.
Mm.
So
Where is it happening?
I'm gonna say it, Cloudland.
Yes.
and I'm
It's
gonna
happening
say
at
that
Cloudland.
Exactly.
Joe's over there pushing buttons. And
Actually, Rebecca's pushing the buttons.
oh, you're
I'm-
pushing buttons.
Mhm.
Who's pushing the faders?
Well, we're trading off.
Both.
Oh, y'all are.
Button
One's
fader.
pushing buttons, one's pushing.
Yeah, he
faders.
won't let
Mhm.
me do just one thing.
Who's rubbing the tape?
We both giving a pretty good rib.
You're both giving the tape some rub. Okay.
Rub it, dub, dub.
Really good.
So
Yeah, we
The
did. Yeah,
teenager dog.
did everything to
Your
2-inch.
eyes are purple now.
I'm over
Yeah.
here saying, don't make it sound like Creed. Like just unnecessary. Just like, ooh, don't do this, don't do that.
That wasn't.
Ooh.
That wasn't
all of a
the
sudden you
plan.
got someone dubbed in going.
Yeah. We're changing the name to Breakers Tripped.
Breakers tripped, and it's
Breakers
gonna be
Tripped.
I'm just kidding.
Christian punk.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all got 4 recorded. What's the? Are y'all gonna release 4?
We don't know.
We have no
People are
idea.
saying,
We
I
don't know
mean,
what the
like
hell
I got
we're gonna do.
some in my ear saying we should do singles and this and that.
I'm
no-
them.
That's us.
I'm them.
Everybody
Are you pointing
is
at people in this room.
well,
that are
no,
telling you
Some
this.
people
no,
are
no,
saying
no.
this.
I've been hearing
Everybody else wants to do singles.
I've been hearing of bands doing the Spotify thing, and they're doing it great,
Mhm.
awesome. The playlists, I don't get it because, I mean, maybe they are selling their stuff on Bandcamp like directly,
Mhm.
and they're making. Ideally, I would think you'd make more money that way, but I'm not.
There's no money in recorded music, man.
Well, you know what I mean.
Spotify.
Yeah.
If
It's
you're
not
selling
money
it on
for money.
Bandcamp, you're
This
making.
might be the wrong avenue to go.
Money.
Well, I'm just saying that Bandcamp, I don't know. It just seems like just people would. I don't know. That's where you would get product. You would get vinyl
Bro,
if you want
Bandcamp
vinyl.
is dead, bro.
You want hard copies.
So
Hard.
We're
here's
gonna
the
we're gonna
problem.
press on
copy.
Yeah,
vinyl.
hard copies.
And
where
we're gonna
where
release
we
on
sell all of our
Spotify.
merch at is
We will
at
release on
shows.
Spotify. We will do it that way. But I
Shows,
do
not
like.
Bandcamp.
We do like. I like seeing, like, vinyl with the art on it. I have
yes.
ideas.
I'm pushing for 2 7-inch for
That
for
would
this
be
initial
dope.
thing.
That'd be
mean-
and that seems more likely.
I'm pushing real hard.
And I want to use
Push it
Bandcamp as a
real good.
storefront because it just seems easier that
As
way
hard as a
than.
whale's.
What
putting-
about
Real
what
good.
about doing a split with MMS?
Mm,
Y'all'd still be covering the full cost,
Oh.
except for you.
MMS
You
doesn't
fucked
even
it.
know how to feel about Uncle Toasty yet.
yeah, not.
It's like
no.
an alter
Dang.
personality.
We're not. I'm not sure that Uncle
Yeah.
Toasty could open up for MMS yet.
No.
We love it.
Well,
we
oh,
are here for
man.
it.
It'd
but
be painful. We'd
Now
be
you're-
hurting in the morning.
just,
You're answering
you
my
know.
next question. Is that the? Are y'all gonna
No.
do double
I don't
bill?
think
I don't think we
I don't think
can.
should do
We
it.
we will at some point.
You think
but
so?
Like
at
on
some
tour, it would be
point,
on
it's
tour.
gotta
I
happen.
I don't
I
think
think-
locally. I think it would be a tour.
I think it'd be a
I
good.
don't know when or how. I
Because
just know
we,
it
I mean,
will
we
happen at
expend
some
so much
point.
energy at a Mean Motor Scooter show
Oh, I
that,
know.
and
I
I,
know
I,
how
sore we were.
I gotta get it out in the night though.
I think people would make an
So-
excuse to be mad about it.
So here's. Can I give y'all?
You guys are playing
I'm gonna be
twice. What the
pissed.
fuck?
Can I give
know?
you guys some advice? As someone that's done that
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
times through their entire
Sure.
life,
Please.
Yeah.
played multiple bands,
Yeah.
one always suffers.
Yeah.
Well, we know who that's gonna be.
One always
Oh,
suffers
come
because it's
on.
either the energy is all spent on one, and then when you get to the other, you're like, okay, we're just gonna go through this, or
No,
vice
Yeah.
versa.
You know what I think?
So
would
that's what you
happen?
got to
can-
kind of weigh. I
that
wouldn't
makes
do a
sense.
double bill like that. I would.
No.
'cause-
This is
Oh,
I'm
hey,
talking, like,
Paige.
at
How
one
you
point in
doing?
Time,
Yeah, at some
this
point.
will happen. But
Sister.
like, a regular thing, no.
Now,
Hell
can I
no.
tell you
Hey, Paige.
what I was expecting at
What,
y'all's
Paige?
MASH show the other night?
What?
Was okay, we're done, and toss the instruments around and go, come on up here, Mike.
Fuck,
let's
we didn't
go
even
do this."
think of that.
That
We're gonna
would've
play
been
one or two
badass.
songs.
We
and
didn't
bam.
even think of that.
And I was
Kind
like,
of fucked up.
I seriously-
two
Did we
songs
fuck up
or
a little?
something?
We
I
should've done that,
seriously
right?
thought
That'd been
y'all were
kinda
gonna play
cool.
one or two songs
But no,
as
that was
Uncle
their
Toasty
show.
at the end, like,
No.
let's just
We should have
bam.
done
That
We
didn't
were
even
there.
didn't even occur to
We-
me.
We didn't even bring it up.
It would have been a huge surprise to
Shit.
me. I'd be like, oh, my
Yeah.
We
God,
would have had to
I-
plan
I-
that ahead of
get out
time,
of the audience.
but I feel
Yeah.
like we could have pulled that off.
Me?
I want it to be a real spectacle. Like I want
You
to do the
don't-
whole Jazz Coleman thing where he
Yeah.
paints his face red or something, and I mean like the lights and the
You want to make it good.
Killing Joke. You know,
It
like
is, you
it's
know,
a show.
The
You
first
know,
Uncle Toasty show, it's gonna be its own thing. Me Motor Scooter won't be there, but it's gonna
Well,
be.
Me Motor
a
Scooter
big
won't
deal.
be there.
The members.
Well,
will
the
be there.
members will be.
Yeah, no one's gonna be
Me
there.
Motor Scooter the
But
band.
yeah, I totally
the
thought
characters we represent.
where's
as
Me
that
Motor
band
Scooter? I
will
thought they were
not
gonna be
there.
at Mass the other night, I totally thought I was like, maybe they'll do it. Maybe they won't. That would be cool.
They
And then
should
when
have.
I was like, when y'all were done, y'all were done. And I was
Well,
like,
that's
holy
always
shit.
the case.
Y'all are
We're
done.
We're
Hey,
fucking-
we made set
We've
lists
never
this
played
time.
them
Yeah.
before.
Well, I gotta wait for people to want it.
Maybe next time.
We shoot our wad and we're done.
And that's very weird.
I'm done. Yeah.
Being a solo band.
I get
being
mad
on a
sometimes,
bill.
honestly, when I'm like, "You want more? I just gave you everything.
Yeah,
I
like,
can't give
Come
you
on,
any more."
calm down.
Yeah, it's definitely weird being
Wanna
the,
give
the
you more,
only
I
band on
can't.
the bill.
It is.
Because then it's like you start at a certain time, you play your set, and then if people are going, we want more, you're like, no, we're fucking
No,
done.
This
that's
is
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
First
Played
off, this is
every
our
single.
first show in what, 7 months?
10 months.
Was it 10
Well,
months?
Yeah.
It was a long
yeah.
time.
Oh,
in
it's
San
7 months since we
Antonio-
did that live stream, but 10 months since we played for real.
Right. Yeah. It was almost a year.
Yeah.
But that San Antonio show where we played, and they were like really pushing for.
And Johnny
encore.
likes your
Oh,
idea,
yeah.
I,
Sammy.
like, got mad. I was like,
Yeah.
if I throw my fucking guitar down, that means I'm fucking done. I was drunk. I was being an asshole, but I was serious too. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm not
Yeah.
playing anymore. I can't play anymore.
There,
I was at the
there's been
mix
moments where I'm
and-
just kind of like, I kind of shrug at you guys. I'm like, you guys think, you know, they're kind of asking for it.
It's like,
you
do
know?
you ask someone who just ran like 100-mile dash to be like, one more round?
Just
one
so
more
everybody
lap?
knows,
It's like,
I'm
"You're
the guy.
right."
I'm the guy who looks at the others and say, "Hey, maybe we could." But I also got that. No, man, no.
What,
If
what
you're
else we gonna
running a
play?
100-mile dash, you should fall over
100-yard
dead.
dash. Excuse
I was
me.
like, what the fuck? 100-mile
I'm just
dash?
saying, if I expended all of my energy in that one little bit,
Yeah.
I'm not about to try and do
No,
it
no, no.
again.
Totally understandable too. And that's what I was saying is like if you do a double bill night, you know,
Yeah,
that
that's a
kind of
really good
sucks
point.
because
That's
you
a
will
really good point.
one band will have
You'll have to
Yep.
pace
super
yourself
The
energetic,
gusto.
and the other one will kind of just be like,
Meh.
our energy's
Yeah.
gone.
Meh.
And especially since
You don't want to do that.
it's
Yeah.
basically, you know,
It's true. That's true.
y'all
Mike
full
will
of
be the
fun.
only one with energy.
yeah, Mike will be the one
Be
like,
like
I'm
in
up
the
here,
stands,
let's
be like,
go,
oh my
let's
god,
do
I'm
it."
ready to go on now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
He lucks out.
Yeah, he looks out. So, speaking of Killing Joke,
Oh shit! One of my favorite bands.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
So-
An influence on Uncle Toasty in many
there
ways.
is an influence. All the stuff you've sent to me, randomly, late at night, like 2 a.m. I'll get a weird message and I'll hear my phone go off and be like, oh,
Big Black.
shit. He's like,
Come
here,
on,
listen to this, and I'll listen to it and I'll be like, oh, this is cool. I hear a bunch of Killing Joke influence,
Oh yeah,
which is something you've talked about wanting to do for
a long
years,
time. Yeah,
so-
yeah.
years.
There was the something about that group. I mean, they come up with Joy Division. I know they played shows together, and that's kind of how I found them. Was
Well, I think Joy Division was first.
they were,
I'm almost positive they were first.
but they did play together,
They did do shows together.
and I think that's how I found them. And then, but I mean, also '80s was the first song I heard because people would be like, "Oh, this sounds like Nirvana," and
There's a reason for that.
there is
Yeah.
there is a reason for that.
Well,
Some-
what era of Killing Joke? Because there's like 4 eras with that band.
Yeah,
And I've been on a Killing Joke rampage. I loved Killing Joke through high school,
yeah,
and then like I went through. The last like 4 weeks I've been going through a Killing Joke rampage.
Well, they have some gems with what is it? Hosanna's in the Basement of Hell or something like that.
Yes.
With the album has these bird people
Yes.
on it, and it looks like It looks like they have something that it looks like something out of hell.
Yeah.
And I mean, the first song on that track is just amazing. I sent it to these guys, and I'm trying to remember what it is. Are we cheersing? Is that what we're doing?
What are we cheersing? I have an empty
Cheers.
cup.
Cheers. Killing joke.
Is there any ice?
Killing joke.
There is ice.
Killing joke. Killing joke.
Can I have some ice, please?
Whatever, but you guys, I care about.
So I'm pissed because the 2 albums I love aren't anywhere. And it's a giant conspiracy I found out on the internet. This is a giant Killing Joke conspiracy. Both Pandemonium and Democracy. They're albums from the 90s that they did with Raven
Democracy
are gone. You can't stream them. You can't buy them. You have to buy physical copies of them. There's
Pandemonium?
no
Like YouTube or
digital
anything?
version. You can go to YouTube and listen to, like, people have uploaded the full album because they're like, yeah, you can't get this anywhere here. Here's the full album. Pandemonium was their biggest, highest selling album and highest charting album of all time.
And the first song is where it comes in.
It's the one they recorded in King Tut's tomb or something. Like, it's all, there's an Arabic feel to it, an Egyptian feel to it, and then it gets heavy as hell.
I can see tomorrow. I can see the world to come. Yeah, that's a great song. I remember listening to that on iTunes. That was one of the first songs I bought from them on iTunes as a kid.
Gone.
Really?
Gone. And it kind of pisses me off because I wanted to go. I loved Pandemonium. And I loved Democracy. And I wanted to go back through them. And I have accounts to all these streaming services, and they're not anywhere. You have to go to YouTube.
Wow.
And as soon as you close your phone on YouTube or you know hibernate your phone, everything stops. I'm like, I can't listen to an album on YouTube without it shutting down. So it's kind of weird. And there's Reddit threads of like, what's the conspiracy behind this? What the hell's going on?
I mean, what's the prevailing theory on it?
A lot of people think that Paul Raven went and recorded these on his label.
Mm-hmm.
And he died a few years
The
ago.
bassist?
The bassist.
Oh,
he
yeah,
recorded it
yeah.
under his label name because, like, at this time in the 90s, Killing Joke was in and out of what members were there, who liked who hated who, all this stuff. And Paul got most of the band back together and decided to record Pandemonium and Democracy. Democracy was like 2 years later. But they were on... I think he published them under his publishing company and his record label, and everybody has come to the conclusion like there's some issue with when he died. No one knows where the rights are or what's going on.
Yeah.
So you can go buy Pandemonium on a CD for like 60, 70, 80 bucks.
But so nobody wants to
on
take
Amazon.
the risk of throwing it on Spotify and
Weird.
Yeah, no one knows where the money's going to go or
I would think
how it's going to
Jazz
be
would-
dealt with or whatever.
I would think Jazz would just do it, but
It's a whole weird ordeal. But I love those albums. Those albums in the 90s, I jammed the shit out of those.
yeah, a totally different ex of mine who I'm friends with. She's this. She was into the goth stuff, and I remember she sent to me. I don't remember if I was a junior or a sophomore or something, but she sent to
Which
me.
ex are you talking about?
I got close.
I was gonna say
what-
name, but I
we-
mean,
I
like
got close.
she's cool, but I mean,
we know which one it's
Pretty
not.
sure.
Yeah. You
She's
guys know
cool.
which one?
She's
Yeah. But okay,
What
so
does the
she
letter of her name start with?
B.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So,
I don't know
don't know. I
either.
still know which one
That's
it's
the
not.
one.
I don't know who that is.
whatever. But she ripped a copy of Nighttime for me, and I was just like,
Which is old. That's in
I was like,
mid 80s.
what was it? I think the
84,
weight.
85.
The weight was on that one.
Mhm.
Was it the weight? It was Nighttime. Yeah, Nighttime, Darkness Before Dawn, Kings and Queens. That was the first song I heard by them.
It's out.
Kings of Queens. That was the first song, and I was just like, these guys are something else. And then they became and 80s was on that one.
Fans are stupid.
But they went from that new wavy kind of sound, kind of like a darker version of The Cure, into a metal,
That much ice.
crazy
Yeah, they started
metalish,
getting heavy.
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last cube.
But that's Jazz Coleman is just one of my many influences. that guy's weird. He's a weird guy. But I mean, that band as a whole is just like.
What do you think of the newer stuff? Let's say with Absolute Dissonant, which is
Sorry,
has.
Dustin, we're drying you out.
No, it's fine.
Absolute Dissonant.
Yeah, that's the one with Dave Grohl playing drums. He came in and played drums on it.
That wasn't the one.
Here, it seems like it's a pretty.
That's the one with the cross. It's red. Cross and speakers.
I don't think I heard that one. I think the last one I heard was Down by the River, where the guys are dressed in riot gear and one of them has the clown face. And
Yeah.
It's just like.
And then what about the last one was Pylon? That's the one that came
Pylon.
out a couple of years ago when they were doing the big tour.
I haven't heard Pylon yet.
That one's pretty good.
I
hadn't heard it till like 3 weeks ago. I started listening to it because I was like, it's the newest record, and I was like, I want to see what it sounds like, and it sounds pretty good.
I would, yeah, I'm looking at some of these, and I didn't realize Hosanna's came out in 2006. That's the thing about that band is they have all these weird, they do have these phases that they went through. You said 4, and it goes from this new wave kind of thing to this heavy thing, and it's just. You're excused.
Excused.
That's where I
wasn't
tap
sure
your
if
hands
you
there out of
did that
business. No more chips for you, son.
They were supposed to do a giant U.S. tour this year.
God damn it.
A lot of us were.
A lot of giant U.S. tours this year, and they were one of them. They were supposed to come through, and
Texas.
Yep.
Sad.
They were going to play. I think they were going to play Houston.
What happened?
They were going to play. I don't know.
I don't know.
This little dumb little thing called
Sorry,
COVID.
Jazz.
COVID.
Love you, Jazz.
So
Love you,
dumb.
Jazz.
Yeah, so dumb. Yeah, but I hear a little bit of Killing Joke in all this.
There's a little bit of Killing Joke in all of us. More
I'm
me.
sorry.
Well, now we're
That
selling
was hilarious.
psychotic. but
More
yeah.
more so me, but I'm.
There's a little bit of murder in everybody, you know.
There's a little bit of
I mean, there is.
Wait, is that what you think?
There is.
Is this what you think of me?
What?
We all have an id.
Influences. I'm trying to think really hard on this one because it goes all over the map.
Well, you said at the beginning you went from Aphex Twins to Boards of Canada.
I like them a lot. I like them a
That
lot.
pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Extreme to this
definitely
extreme,
up
that
there.
extreme to this extreme.
Bad Brains, Black Flag, Big Black. A lot of the older stuff. A lot of the newer stuff that I like would be. That's one that I like. The Vaselines. They've always been a favorite of mine.
Like 'em.
Vaselines are great. The Darts. They
Hey, they're cutting a new record right now.
Yeah,
That's a
they're
spare
cutting one right
band.
now?
I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Darts. Oh my god.
Well, y'all spent a lot of time with them,
That's true.
Yeah,
They're
so
good
so that would
people.
be.
They believed in us. They're great.
that is
Yeah.
true.
We believe in them.
I've
Yeah, totally.
Pissed
How could
Jeans.
you not?
after y'all went on tour with
The
them,
Hickoids.
or when y'all were on tour with them, I checked them out. They're badass. I like the Darts.
Yeah, they're fun.
Absolutely.
I can just go on and on.
Hickoids.
Hickoids.
Yeah,
you should
I had a
say-
smile the whole
like-
time we saw the first show, and I was just like,
BBC is like,
But
yeah,
no,
definitely.
yeah,
BBC
deserves a mention
BBC,
here because
big time.
Yeah.
Yep,
they were a huge influence.
that is
Texas
true.
Oh,
needs
yeah.
to listen to more BBC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Texas.
it's spelled
Check out
BEEBEESEA.
That's the
SEA.
one.
They're
So it's
this-
not if I go to Red Hub or Pornhub and put in BBC.
No.
That's not
what I'm
It's
searching
it's
for.
Slightly different.
Give it a try.
It's
But
I
yeah.
talked to them at the bar.
Yeah.
No, that's not it at all.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't listen to that audio.
Yeah. No, but that we
Pornhub. That's
we
not the
toured
same
with
thing.
them. They're an Italian band. We toured with them.
There we go.
For their album Sonic Boomerang, which is still like I don't know one of my favorite records of all time. Yeah, so
It's
good.
Such a
For
great,
real,
like, you
for
get in
real,
the car,
though,
you
it
put
is.
it on, you
It's
can't
so
help
good.
but smile. I
But yeah,
run to
there's
it all the
that's a
time.
big influence on this
all the
too.
time I think about how lucky we are just
Yeah.
to hang out with and like go on
The
play
fact that
shows with so like it's just like
The-
it blows my mind sometimes.
tour
I'm like,
was
how?
short.
Some of the cool
These
bands
guys
that
were
we got.
so
it
great.
felt like it was longer than it was because of that. I don't
It's
know
like
that
4
time.
days,
Yeah,
but it
4
was like
days
the
that we got to
highlight
hang
of
out.
my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So can we do more
I
of that,
hope that
please?
we get to do that again, or hang out with them again, or the whole experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that we can't
So-
stop thinking about that ever since it happened.
It was beautiful. It was,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it was great.
Oh yeah. The
Shout
band
out
the
to-
band called Death. I totally
Death?
Death.
totally just left that out. Not the metal band, but the band
Freaking
from
out.
I think they were
Freaking
from
out.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Is that right? Detroit.
Detroit
Not
Rock
the
City.
metal band.
No.
that has the documentary about them.
Did they have a
They
documentary
do
too?
have a documentary, I think, but I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think it's the metal band. They're not metal.
A band called Death. It's a great documentary. They listened to Alice and what was it? Alice Cooper and Bowie, I think. They were like, "This is pretty cool. Let's see if we could play this." And they played music that was way ahead of their time, and nobody back then really listened, and that's kind of a shame.
Speaking of documentaries, have y'all seen the documentary Along the Wall?
No,
Mm-mm.
what is
I
that?
don't think so.
It's about the studio that was over in East Germany.
Oh, I've
That
heard. Well, I
everybody
think you've
went-
told me about it, but I don't. I haven't
Everybody
watched
went
it
and
yet.
recorded at. It was like Bowie went over there when he needed to sober up. That didn't work out too well.
Is that the one that?
He went over there thinking, "Oh, I'll go to Germany and I'll sober up because
Yeah.
LA is getting
Good
me
luck.
too
Right.
coked up." And then he realized, "Oh, the club scene over here is insane."
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But then he recorded his 3 biggest albums
go to
in
that.
that studio, and like the
Is that where
back
Freddie
wall,
Mercury did his solo record?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And the back wall
They had
of
an
the studio
Atari
has
MX-80.
a window that like looked out, and the back wall was the border.
Oh yeah.
Was the the window looked out into the neutral zone that crossed
That's
into
crazy.
West Germany.
Yeah. What's that doc called?
Along the Wall.
I need to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You as well.
Yeah,
I-
it's hard to find right now because I went looking for it,
Oh.
but there are pieces of it on YouTube that if
Okay.
you just you watch a little bit, and then you may have to go to someone else's channel and watch a little bit more. Like they cut it all up, but it's pretty freaking badass. I dig it because it's just amazing how much stuff was recorded there, and then you
Yeah.
realize, oh, this was during
Yeah.
That's really
the
cool.
time when it was
Oh, yeah,
recorded.
we'll
Some
definitely have to
shit
check
like
that out. We've been obsessing over the Sound City
Yeah.
documentary.
That Sound City documentary.
The Sound City,
good.
That is
amazing.
so
perfect.
great.
we bugged Sammy
We've kind
for
of been
like.
obsessing over that
No,
one.
I was like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm so into it. And then like
Yeah.
a couple weeks later, you're like, so you watched that yet? And I was like, no.
Have you
have
watched
to.
it?
I have. Yeah,
I
I went
finally
home
did.
and I watched the whole thing.
And what'd you think?
I thought it was incredibly informative. Like,
what
I
did
learned
you?
A lot.
How about that board? He's like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were all like,
Neve
I'm gonna
board.
buy this board, and then just listing all the people that recorded on it. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Fleetwood
Yeah,
Mac,
Fleetwood
Michael
Mac,
Jackson,
Tom Petty.
Tom
Fucking.
Petty.
Yeah.
You're like,
Nirvana.
what?
Well,
'Cause-
I mean, minus the Neve console, but like that's kind of what Cloudland feels like right
Yeah,
now. It's
that's
you know
what,
like
like,
Sound
makes it-
City.
that's
Yeah.
the
That's
selling
really
point for
why,
that,
like,
to
you
me.
know.
That because as we you know it's
We
this
spend
little
so
like
much time in there.
there's-
Wait, hold on.
The magic is happening.
Cloudland has had Fleetwood Mac there.
no.
No.
Are you? Are
I'm
you
just
breaking
saying
something
it's
out?
it's
Maybe
got
the
that
future of
it's got that
Fleetwood Mac, we
vibe.
don't
It's
know
kind of a
Like
you know,
everybody
Fleetwood
just
Mac,
shows
if
up
you're
and has
listening.
fun.
yeah, and
does stuff.
it's not the nicest studio in the whole wide world. It's kind of you know like
Let me check my dates.
kind of
It's
kind of
all about
punky,
love and
but
If you're listening.
though.
but yeah,
Like,
it's you know
it
it's
feels
not
They're on
like
the chat
family.
right
It feels
now.
like home, and I've watched so many talented,
We
great
might
groups
let you.
come
We
through.
Yeah.
could, we could probably
And
cut you a
just in the
deal.
past year and a half, you have alone recorded so many cool stuff.
yeah we've
so
got some
much
cool people come
awesome
through there.
things.
But
So
Well, then you
it's-
may have a documentary about this when,
See?
I'm
you know,
already-
20, 30 years from now,
I've been
when
practicing my
everybody
talking
takes
head.
off,
Just gotta-
Yeah.
and you'll have to be over there. You'll be gray-headed Joe sitting over there going, "Yeah, man,
Yeah.
enough
we
people-
recorded
I remember-
fucking, you know, this on this, and we did this, and we did that, man. This is cool." As the
We
board's
already do
being-
that. Like, if
As
you,
the board's
if you
being-
let us
it's
hang out there
already
too
brag
late,
all the
if you
time.
let us hang out there too late, we're like, so we do this and blah blah blah. blah.
Yeah.
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 And as the
I
board's
guess.
being
Like-
rolled out and set on fire,
Yeah,
because it can't,
exactly.
When engineering.
because it's the
Right.
future and something else has
I
fucking
feel like-
happened.
Yeah.
Everyone
don't need
should
to use
record at least. Everyone in this whole 50, 100-mile radius should at least record one song, Cloudland.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
In the next
A whole
few
yeah.
years, like,
Yeah, it's
I-
just
I
really
know-
special. Like,
I've
that's
never
why we do
I've never
this.
had a band come in there and work with us that hasn't like walked away, you know, being like, wow, this place, you know, this feels special. It feels
Not
cool.
that they stay
And
there,
it
record, like they
does.
like
Yeah.
you can you can just do one thing there, but you still
Yeah.
have that experience.
It's
I used to-
so yeah.
There were a few years ago, I used to joke around that I could always tell where something was recorded
Yeah.
just because I'm a fucking audiophile. I could always tell where something was recorded in DFW. And Cloudland now has that sound. Like you can
Cool, man.
tell
That's
I
really
think
cool.
so.
when I hear someone, you know, here before they even say, you know, where they recorded, you can listen to it and go, They'll send a demo, like a band we have in or something. They'll send a mix. They'll send something over, and I'll go. So y'all recorded at Cloudland, and they're like, "Well, how do you know?" You can fucking tell.
You can hear it.
You
yeah.
can hear that room.
That tape machine is really
Yeah,
special.
you can hear that tape machine.
That
You can hear
tape
that
machine.
room.
Cloudland. Goodness.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all the little things in between, but like the room.
Every
Absolutely.
room in DFW, unless you're just a closed off like Universal or something, you're just super fucking tight.
Yeah. They're super dead room.
A dead room. You can tell where it was recorded, which I think a room gives it character. It's not an attack. It's not a stab on something. Knowing where something was recorded, like Alex when he had Indian Trail. I knew every record that was recorded up there because you could hear that room. Now that he's at Empire, I can hear everything that was recorded at Empire. The same thing with your buddy. I can tell which room is A and B.
Yeah,
and that's fucking crazy.
I actually built out, or I helped Matt build out that B room there.
So it's just awesome that
or the tracking part, not the control room.
It's really nerdy and really audiophile, but it's cool being like someone will send something over and be like, "Here, listen to this. What do you think?" I'll be like, "Well, I know where you recorded this at.
Yeah,
and I know what's going on."
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's an important, and I think that's an aspect that gets kind of lost in like modern. Now everybody's got a Focusrite that they can cut at home, and there's great records being made at home, but there's something about a 2,000 square foot space that
not everybody can have that space. Not everybody can have that tape machine, which makes us like we never ever take that for granted. That we have access.
Electric
to
Berryland, same thing.
Yeah, yeah. I wanna track something up there.
Magic is real.
That's
happens at Cloudland.
It's a big giant room.
Yeah,
but you can tell.
Yeah,
like if you, I don't want to give anything away, but if you didn't know what that room was, it's shocking. Like you're like, fuck, this thing is gigantic.
Electric Berryland? Is that Jordan? Jordan?
He works there. Yeah.
He's gonna master the songs. He's gonna master the songs.
Sweet,
I believe.
Sweet.
So.
And the same thing with the Denton places. I mean, all the rooms up in Denton.
Yeah, there's some cool spaces.
I think that's what we're doing. I'm not sure. I think we're talking to him about.
I just love that Sound City doc and like hearing Joe Baresi say like the place stunk too. Every time I walk in Cloudland, I have to like make it not stink.
Flood.
Yes, so does ours.
Our place floods. I just bought like 3 new rugs that all smell like fucking dog. And so every time I walk in there,
it just makes me not feel quite so bad about that.
When we spent that day during one shoots. Doing
the first COVID session thing that we did.
The COVID sessions. That's what cranked me up. Is I showed up and you're pushing towels out of the way and you're like, "Well, it flooded here last night, and we got to get these towels all over."
I remember you brought that up.
Yeah.
Can I grab one of those?
We can't do this in this today because there was a flood or whatever.
You can have anything in there though. There's other seltzer-y thing. I mean, Matt brought a bunch of like girly drinks. There's Trulies in there or whatever. I don't know.
There's a Trulies. Give me one.
And then there is death beer in there. So anything that's black and dark is mine. Anything that's fruity is.
I just want to know what that is. Thank you.
There you go.
It's called Temple Hop.
Go ahead.
Citra,
Go for it.
Right up your alley.
No, you're all good.
Mike, that's for you.
It's perfect.
But that's what's cool is that. Like when you watch Sound City and they start talking about all these records that were recorded there, and you go back and listen to them, you're like, well, shit, they all sound the same.
They do, yeah. That
you can hear that sound.
That Neve has a sound, and then that room has a sound.
Something like
we've been
water and alcohol.
Rebecca and I like kind of when we finish a session, like at the end of the night, we've been watching all these. What are they called? The Fearless Flyers. It's like a Wolfpack like offshoot or whatever. They've been doing a bunch of sessions up at the old Sound City room. Obviously they don't have the board anymore, but it's it still kind of has the vibe. The room has that sound to it.
So true.
You wake up to a new day. I have to remind myself that when I'm depressed.
Yeah,
I sing that to myself. Isn't that depressing?
Beautiful. No, it's not depressing.
It's not depressing at all. Whatever you got to do to get through shit. I mean, this is a depressing time.
It's terrible.
If
you don't want to think about what I think
if no one
verse to 9 to 5
compared to that,
but you already know. I mean,
we'll just drop it to a whole new gear. But if you're not, whatever, that's Matt's chair. Whatever, if you're not depressed right now with what the fuck is going on in the world, there's something wrong with you. If you can walk around and be all cheery and happy, and tomorrow here's bees. Like I think everybody needs something to prop them up right now.
Yeah,
this is a fucked up
Prop
year,
yourself
so
up.
it's all good.
I mean, essentially, what it really to me, it says like it's only telling you everything that you already should know about existence in life, which is just like you make your own meaning. You decide your own meaning to your own life. You give yourself whatever. If it's not worth anything to you, okay. But if you want it to be worth something, then that's up to you. Like you
That's
give
heavy.
it your own meaning. Life doesn't mean anything unless you want it to. That's my take.
That's a good point.
So,
that's a good point.
And I feel like right now, if that doesn't prove what I'm saying, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
And if this isn't a good segue to say that early voting started today, and there's record turnout, I was watching the news before you guys came in here. I had the TV on, then it went to football, but was watching the news, and they said that like it was record turnout in both Tarrant and Dallas County.
Excellent.
Like over 45,000 people turned out both days.
That's pretty good.
So that's pretty good. So early voting's today, and it goes till October 30th.
Yep.
On October 30th, then you have to wait till August 3rd or November 3rd for the election. But that's early
vote
voting.
early. Don't wait
vote.
until November 3rd.
You know, the only thing I hate about early voting is that everybody's got to post their fucking "I voted" sticker.
I know.
You know, let
That's
them
the only
have
thing.
it.
Never
But
done
you know
it.
what? You do it.
Thank
It's
you.
cool.
Thank you for
Whatever.
early voting.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
If you
That's a
need
good
that,
thing.
You really voted, but
take it. It's all yours.
you
Yeah,
know
I
what?
shouldn't be so
Take it.
close-minded.
As I opened my
about that.
Instagram this afternoon, I started scrolling through. It was all like, "I voted."
It's
I
fine.
voted.
It's
Ya
fine.
votar.
All those
I
people,
voted.
I'm
Ya
like,
votar.
I know who you
Ya
voted for,
votar.
so it's cool.
It's
Yeah.
the same
It's
as like
all good.
I did it.
It'll be
Good deed.
cool.
Let me post my
It'll
good
be
deed.
good.
But
I don't like
at this
fascism.
point,
All right.
we need the good deeds.
We do.
So.
We really do. And
Yeah.
I have
I don't care if you have to validate
every
it.
election up till this point, I've had optimism and I've been let down, but I maybe
Yeah,
I'm dumb,
same
but
here.
I feel
Same
like
here.
we might be there this time. We'll see.
That might just be
I-
how our
I might be
Facebooks are
speaking
oriented.
too
We
early,
don't.
but I really feel like this might be the one.
This
So
is
we'll-
People we're friends with.
I might have got it right.
things
We
might
get
actually
really
like turn out for the better this time.
Well, I think like I was joking before we started
Hey,
the
Nico.
show and the stream was, you know, one of y'all's appearances. It wasn't the last time y'all were in, but one of y'all's appearances was right before the last election.
Yeah,
And Matt and I were joking about this is gonna be fucking hilarious if Trump wins.
I know.
yeah, it wasn't
Like
hilarious.
It wasn't as funny as you thought
It'll
it
be
was.
comedy
It,
for
it
4
wasn't
years.
as funny on January
The-
3rd.
yeah.
So
That's
Wasn't
where
that
that's where the depression started
Yeah.
for me.
And it's certainly not funny now.
The
We're
comedy
really upset.
ended like 3 weeks into it. We're like, all right, well, we're out of stuff, and
It's funny
it's
until
like,
it's like
oh
a
my
thing,
god, this
and
is
it's like-
real.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, even I was like at a point where I was like, oh, yeah, it would be pretty funny if he got the nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
that
those
would
be
really
so
show
funny.
them.
And then you're like, fuck, he got the nomination. Holy shit, this
Wait,
could really
yeah,
happen.
This isn't funny.
Yeah, it quit being funny at that point.
Yeah.
I'm kind
God,
of like,
could he
I'm legit
win?
worried.
The punchline passed, or there was never
Yeah.
one. I don't
Totally
know.
fast.
It's
not
fine.
Yeah,
funny.
If we could just like get through this 4 years, we can almost pretend like it never happened. We can just.
I'm
move
kind of
forward.
proud. I'm kind of really proud of
Normalized 4 years.
the east
4
side
year
of
term.
Fort
Everybody's
Worth.
had like 4
Jesus.
years of their life that were wreck, right?
Yeah,
like
it's
we
like,
had a
you know what? That
national-
was a crazy 4 years. Let's focus on the future now.
I've been working a lot.
College was wild.
I've been working a lot on the east side of Fort Worth. Let's say Oakland, Lancaster area.
Yeah.
And I've been really happy. Like the last couple of weeks I've been over there, it's been very quiet. But in the about a week ago, all the Biden signs started popping up everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Now there is one dude that threw out a Cthulhu and
Or
another
any
like
adult or whatever.
yeah any adult
I like
and
that
there's like
Torchies is putting out the tacos 2020 signs.
yeah, so they put out those signs, but
Mhm.
I was really
They're all
shocked
tacos.
because there was nothing there, and then it was like overnight, like everybody just started putting them out. Like they were like, okay, if my neighbor puts it out, I guess it's okay for me, right? And like
Yeah.
I know there's a fear that
There's some kind of psychology there. Like,
Well,
kind of,
there's a
huge
nobody wants to be
Mad
the
when I
first
see a
person
Trump
No,
fucking
they
sign
don't.
in somebody's
as
window.
adamant as they are about like this is what I feel.
it takes someone with balls going, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do it, and then all the neighbors like, well, so am I. All right, let's do this.
as long
You
as they're
know
not
what?
taking each other's down.
It's totally cool.
We just didn't know you did too. So.
But it
I
does.
wasn't sure yet. 'Cause
We're in a
we
we're in
were
a
cordial when we mow our lawns together.
Let's join hands.
we're in a historically red state, but like
I'm relieved to find this out.
during COVID, I've been like driving out into the country and doing photo shoots out in the country and finding locations to do photo shoots with bands or other clients and stuff. It's been a lot of exploring, and you get I don't know, 60 miles outside of Fort Worth, and it's nothing but for months. Trump flags everywhere and Trump,
But if
all
that
sorts
doesn't
of
tell
stuff,
you
and you're
everything
just
you
like,
need to know
oh my
right there.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
we
I
go.
don't mean to generalize people or like that kind of thing, but like it is kind of like it's obvious.
There's a few of us that go shooting once a month, and the range is down in Waxahachie, and once you leave like South Arlington, you start making your way down there. You start getting these back roads, and it's like Trump flag-a-palooza.
So
and you're like,
glad to get
holy
out of Johnson
crap!
County.
You're like, Jesus. And then like there's a couple of African American gentlemen that I was sitting at the range with, and they're down there shooting and stuff, and they're talking, and it's like they had to drive through Trump country to get to this gun range.
And that's the thing too, is
to
like
shoot
so
their
many
range.
issues
They're just kind of like,
so many issues have become polarized.
Yeah.
Where it's like I don't necessarily agree with the gun laws. I don't know. I have a lot of conflicting feelings about it, but at the same time, it's like there are so many bigger issues. But it sucks.
That's true.
It sucks
That's
to
true.
see. I don't know. It's
well, they're all down
muddy.
there training for militia training, and so are we. So it just depends on what. All I want to do is keep the family safe. That's all I care about.
You know what?
Keep
So many people dog on fucking Antifa. Oh, if the police weren't here, it'd be fucking open season on Antifa. I'm like, you don't know
Beta
your
Antifas.
public
We're
very
we're
well.
beta
Well,
Antifa.
I don't think you really understand.
We did get called beta.
No, I just think it's
We
funny.
are beta
I think it's
Antifa.
so
But
funny
it's the
because
next
I'm like,
Toasty song.
you really live in a
There's your
alternate
vengeance.
reality.
Oh, but
like,
turn it into a
you
dance,
really
like,
don't
let's do
see
the
the
beta
bigger
Antifa.
picture here.
Yeah.
Believe.
You want to go there, we'll go there. It will happen. But like, you are really misinterpreting the situation.
What cracks me up though about all this, like say Seattle for example, the Chud district or Chad district, whatever they called it there for a little while,
Chud
was the that was a good movie, but like they have all hell breaks loose. They set up borders and everything, and you had a border checking. You had to be checked out to come in there, and you're like, oh well, that's the same thing we do. We have border checkpoints. So what's the difference? And then like there was a giant dumpster fire that was going to set a building on fire, and what do? Call the Seattle Fire Department to come put it out. And it's like, you can't be completely self-contained. You still need help from everybody. Everybody needs to work together.
No.
Absolutely,
to
but
make shit happen.
specifically with the police department, I don't know. Like, there are.
Oh,
other
this is a total
avenues.
back to blue. I can't even fucking say it. I can't even say it without laughing.
This is Jeff's nightmare.
It is a nightmare, dude.
I was like-
It is. It really is.
You can't even fucking
You
say
look
it.
at his face, he's
Sorry.
like, I am in hell.
He's like, I hope we can just talk about music for 2
It's
hours.
a total. I can't even.
Well,
Fucking
That
police.
was good.
Jesus
Good luck
fucking
with that.
Christ.
No, it's a thing though, and it's happening. So like,
What is the
what are
thing
we
and
gonna
that's
do,
happening?
ignore
What are
it?
you saying? What's the thing in that? What are you saying?
This is vengeance
What are you
lyrics. This is
saying?
all
Yeah.
vengeance lyrics.
just take revenge out of whoever that you have a problem with. Let's
So-
just say that.
I do want to ask y'all one thing because y'all.
I missed it.
Or don't. And just
No.
I do want
take
to.
vengeance through
Pass.
your music.
Yes.
Take vengeance through your life.
I do want to ask y'all one thing because this came down actually late last night, but it's been a talking point today.
Yeah.
Y'all just did a mass show as MMS.
We did.
And how'd y'all feel about that show? As far as COVID,
Well, you were there.
I was there.
I feel like we did our part. We did what we were supposed to do, but at the same time, dude, okay, I had a lot of conflicting feelings about this.
What are your conflicting feelings?
I like grappled with myself in my own mind.
Doing it?
No, just like whether we should do it, whether it would be a bad idea or a good idea.
Like, did you have a fear, like, of course, with a 40-person capacity?
Yeah. It was
Or
50
40?
for us,
Was it
right?
50?
Something.
I think ours was 50.
I didn't know what the
Something like
what the
that.
final
Yeah,
number
it
is.
was,
So
it was
okay.
50. It was at 48 something.
But
Or,
I
but then
don't know what the other
that
thing
wasn't
was.
that
but
was not including the the staff and us. So
Right,
that was, like,
right,
And then
the
right.
50
did that
was,
include
like,
your
we
list?
maxed it out as best as we could.
I don't think. I don't
Okay,
think
so let's say total there were 60 people in there. Did you ever have the fear that what if we get someone sick in here?
Well,
what if
yeah.
someone gets
Well,
sick?
yeah.
That's the
Obviously,
first
there's,
thing.
like, that guilt.
They
When you
came
even,
to
like,
enjoy
go
us.
into accepting a show, you're like, okay, am I contributing to the problem?
Yeah.
Am I? Is my own selfish need to play a show or to to get things back to normal or how I feel? Is this working against us all getting back to normal, or is this going to help? And I guess the decision we came to was we don't know if and when things are ever going to be back to normal. All we know is if everyone wears a mask and if we limit things and we practice all the best, practices that we can, then it'll be okay.
Y'all are the band there supplying entertainment. I mean, basically, it's up to the
It's
bar.
morale too, because it's not just about being safe, but it's also about how you feel. You know, if I'm sitting at home alone and I'm safe from the virus, but I literally want to die because life sucks now, how safe am I? I mean, it's a balance. It's like I want people to.
Well, do you think anybody was at your show going, I hope I fucking catch it so I can die?
I hope
no.
Do you think anybody?
I mean,
don't think
maybe
so.
I was, but no, I'm kidding.
Well, in the same point, like, are we responsible for, like, if somebody, like, gets too close to other people at our show and takes off their mask and gets too close to people, we can't really feel guilty for that happening,
It's
for other
like,
people's
how much
stupidity.
responsibility can I take? Where do I draw the line? When is this my fault? When is this not my fault? And I guess it boiled down to we haven't played a show in fucking 9-10 months.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to come see us. So I want to play a show and people want to come see us play a show. And if we're all practicing the best safety precautions that we can, then that's all we can do.
Plus, it shouldn't weigh on you guys. Like I was getting into. Like, it shouldn't weigh on you guys. You guys are the entertainment. It's up to the bar to make sure the standards are set in place.
Right. I think Mass did a good job of that.
Which
I agree. I think Mass did a great job.
Mass did a great job.
Like had it been any different.
I have seen some people say some things on social media, and I have lashed out.
Show?
No, not about our show in particular. But I kind of took it that way, and I ended up blocking somebody about that.
A joke.
So I ended up blocking somebody about that.
I want to hear what he's saying.
And but this person has been through a lot. Also, I'll say that much. But I really was like, do you support your venues? Do you support your venues?
And does this person? Do you know the history of this person? Do they do that?
Oh, I just know. I know this person. Has said a lot of things on social media where it's just like you want to just all of a sudden it's like, so now you're Dr. So and so. Now you're a fucking know-it-all, and now you want to say this.
Well, there's
you want
a
to
lot
say
of
that.
people out there right now that do that shit. And
well, yeah, but I mean, do you want the venues to survive, or do you not want them to survive?
Do you want the people? I mean, okay, we're talking. It's a lot of
but
different
then
stuff going on.
that
okay, I understand, but that's
one
what
more
I
important than the other.
Hold on.
I think they did a great job, but this person was literally just bashing him like, "Oh, this is irresponsible."
He
It's
was
like,
talking about Billy.
personal.
He was talking about Billy Bob's. He wasn't talking about us.
But wait
Billy
just
Bob's
a
does
second.
not have 50
He talks a
people
lot,
in there.
is what
Billy
I'm
Bob's
saying.
Gonna have so
But
much more.
tap the
Not-
brakes. Hold on a second, because once again, that argument right there shouldn't affect you, because you're the entertainment for the night.
It doesn't, but I want the venues. I want the venues to be okay.
I want Mass to be great,
I mean,
and I
even-
think they did.
They did a great job.
They did.
Jennifer's on here. She's saying
job.
she felt safe. I mean,
I sat
I
right
felt
across
safe.
from Jennifer.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have played if I didn't feel safe.
I felt
Yeah.
safe.
I wouldn't have been there if I didn't feel
I
safe.
think Mass has done a great job. I think y'all's show was great. I think the way everything went down, the spacing of the tables, no one was allowed to get up and run around. Kind of did.
It was. People behaved themselves.
People behaved
we all
themselves.
knew what was at stake, and we all practiced proper, health
Yeah, it was.
precautions.
I think that was a good night.
No, I'm serious.
Oh yeah.
no, for real.
Plus, like I've said, the last few weeks, if any bands want to put a couple of notches of sold out shows, this is the one time to do
Okay,
it.
not the way we wanted that to go.
Yeah,
we told ourselves though. We were like,
It's a
we're gonna
fucking
sell
sold-out
out
show.
Yeah, our next show. At Mass will be sold out.
This is not how we wanted to sell it out. We
Didn't
wanted
know how
full
we were gonna-
capacity.
But
we'll take it. It's fine.
I do love.
I was
that.
giving these guys hell because I was
Hey.
like, I had a hole in my lung. Am I gonna be okay? And I just was like, they were just like, dude, shut up. You're gonna be fine.
We don't
No.
give a shit about
Don't
your
worry about
hole
no
in your
hole in
fucking
your
lung.
lung.
It was an event. It wasn't
Hey,
caused by
listen,
Care
sickness.
about
Here's the
that
thing.
hole in your
Here's the
lung.
thing. Think about this.
God
Chase.
damn.
You're at
hole in your
Mass.
lung.
You're like
Write a
5
song
blocks
about
from a
it.
hospital. You're
They
good.
could
Yeah.
write a song about it.
Yeah.
You're good.
From several.
Few streets away from what is it, Greenwood Cemetery?
Pneumo, fuck off.
Well, there's a crematory like 2 blocks away.
Pneumothorm,
So-
yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That works
Is that
out
place
perfectly.
still open? I feel like it's.
We love you.
That'd be a good studio.
I took a
I've been
risk.
thinking
I
about
knew what the
that.
risks were.
It's got to be haunted though.
Hey, Trent Reznor recorded 3 albums in an old morgue, so it'd be the same thing. You know, the soundproofing is great in there if you have furnaces.
Is that what you said? Shut your lung hole. Is that what you said?
That's why he bought it.
No, but I wish I did. That's brilliant.
That's what Nico's asking. Did you say shut your lung hole?
Yes,
shut your lung hole. Ah, thank you. Somebody said it.
That night was great.
That's the funniest one. You got a lot of those.
No more thorax.
Shut up.
The big point of me bringing this up is that today the talking point is that the bars are open and can be at 50% capacity.
Is that as of tomorrow that they're allowed to be open?
They're open.
Been open. I've been.
They talked about today. They're open tomorrow,
like
Wednesday.
Without food. See that?
Pure bars.
Without food.
Just leave the food there. Like I need the food.
What is it? Gardettos?
You know what?
They have Gardettos. You're gonna be okay.
Now recently they got some
Cheetos, Gardettos.
It's amazing, right? It's amazing.
I'm ordering a
please
Jack
leave the
and Coke,
food there.
and then I'm ordering like fried rice and like amazing food, and I pick it up
It's
right there.
great.
And then I go out to the balcony, and it's fine.
It's freaking awesome.
I'm
Please
loving
leave
it.
the food there.
It's not a
I need the
McDonald's
food.
slogan.
Yeah,
I'm
just keep
literally
this
loving
going.
it.
Yeah, can we keep
I don't really
the
want
food
there to
thing
be
going?
more than 50 people at the bar unless we're playing. You
there
know,
really
we're just hanging
shouldn't
out.
be.
So you got
that'd be
got
good.
Mass.
I don't need it.
How are you gonna feel about this? Y'all book a next show. You're at Mass. That's a 400 person capacity, right? Somewhere in there.
What, Mass?
Mass is like 250. I think.
Okay, so 250. You've got 125 in there, and you're
I
playing.
don't know, man.
I don't
I
know.
gotta look at stats. I need a lot of information.
Yeah.
And
It's
also,
gonna
like,
depend on a lot.
why is it? I don't mean this. It's our job to play shows and entertain people. I don't want to like do anything. I don't want to make anything. I don't want to cause problems. Where
exactly.
They don't need to be caused. But at the same time, it's like this is what we do.
Yeah, it's our livelihood.
Yeah.
And I don't know I don't know how else to live my life.
And our livelihood isn't necessarily going to shows. Our livelihood is playing.
Well, as
shows.
much as I love going to
I mean,
shows,
there's a
as much as I
difference
love
there, you know
listening
what I
to
mean?
music, I love making a lot.
We're
of
putting
money.
ourselves at
Here's
risk
my
too.
question.
Like,
Yeah.
And you can attack me if you want or whatever, but none of y'all are making money from this. Like it's not your livelihood, right?
Exactly.
So
It's a passion.
do you?
We're
It's
talking
a passion. You're playing a passion
We're
project.
talking my
You're not
fucking
like
blood.
there's
yeah.
a lot of musicians we all know that this is they are 9 to 5 musicians. They go out and they play the singer songwriter, or they go out and they play with bands, whatever. Like that's their livelihood. Like, does that affect your mental well being when playing shows right now? Like does it like? Do you start weighing things like it's more of a passion thing?
No.
Than it
I
is
don't
needing
need to
money.
justify it. I already
No,
know
no.
where I stand. I know exactly.
I think
where
everybody
I
knows
stand.
where they are.
I
pretty
don't
much.
want anybody to get sick. And like honestly, anybody who knows me knows that when we booked that show, I talked about it all the time. I'm so worried. I don't want to get people sick.
Right.
I don't want to fucking.
It was.
I don't want to cause.
It was
an
not an
issue.
easy decision to make.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it really wasn't. But it was like so many people were like, you know what would make my year? You know what would make me feel better? You know what would
I've seen you
pull me
guys.
Well,
out of
and
the
That's
that's-
that whole
you
mental
were-
versus physical health
depression
thing,
is
you
if
know?
I could see one Mean Motor Scooter show, and it's like, who am I to deny them of that? If they are
Just one.
okay and they're gonna practice the proper safety precautions, and we're all gonna be there on the same page, then how can I possibly say no? You know, like
Yeah.
it's something I owe it. I don't want to say I owe it, but I feel like I do. Like it's my duty. Like it's our thing. This is why I'm here.
If you can make a person feel better for a couple of hours a night,
Yeah.
Maybe it rolls over. That y'all show was on a Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it rolls to the weekend. It gets them going. They feel good.
Yeah.
We saw live music. I saw a band I love. It made me feel good. It got me through the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Well,
your
that's-
duty, right?
you were
That's
there
a
that
big
felt good.
deal. It's not just about your health, but it's your mental health is a thing too.
Yeah,
and this
no,
has
you've
been a lot of people struggle through that with
totally struggle.
quarantine and everything going on.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to undermine one or the other. I'm just saying this is the other side of that. This is a big deal, and it is for me too. Like I need it it's like therapy
Yeah.
for me too.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna put anybody in danger, but if people want
Right.
to see it and I'm here to do it, and we're all gonna be in agreement that like this is the way we should do it, like
And that's
That's
why
why
Uncle
not?
Toasty's not going to do any shows until things are looking on the
And I-
really looking on
But,
the up and up.
That's a whole
And that's really
Yeah,
depressing.
it's a whole
Also,
different
that's
thing.
another thing that's
Well,
like
no,
that's
it's-
really depressing.
It's okay.
But
So this is the
I know we'll get there.
This is the one thing I've been kind of talking to people that will reach out. It's weird, like just doing this show. You get all sorts of text messages every time we do a show. We'll get a bunch of text messages from people out of nowhere, and they'll be like, well, what do you think? What do you feel? Anybody that's a musician, I've always told them, I was like, I think this is the time to right now. Don't look at it as a we're in quarantine. I can't play live.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his time to everybody's down. Let's write new material. Let's
make
shit.
I mean, that's what we've been doing.
That's why we've been in the studio so much.
Of creativity
Yeah.
sometimes
This is
are
a
the thing
creative
that fuel
time.
you to do something so bold or so different
Yes.
because it's like you have to work within these boundaries, and that's kind of a good thing and it's kind of a bad thing. But it's like
totally.
when I go, okay, this is where I am, then I can go, okay, this is what I can and can't do, and that's when the ideas start flowing. That's when the shit starts happening, and it's like it's good to work within boundaries, and it's almost refreshing, and it's nice to be given these new rules. But I don't like it. The live thing is a big deal.
Live thing is a huge deal.
That's our whole thing. That's where we fucking really get everything that we have.
Yeah.
So to deny us that is like it really hurts, and I don't want to use that against anybody. Like we only are here to do this to help and to be there, to be like you're not the only one that feels this way, or you're not the only one that needs to this,
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when you're denied that and you're told like you're it's like a shameful thing. I know it's all in good intentions. We're all working towards the same goal, but it's hard because now you're looking every little detail, and it's like, where do I stop? Where do I start? What's right? What's wrong? And the answer is, there is no answer. You just kind of have to make your own decisions and ask yourself, like, how important is this? How much do I need this? How much do the people that are going to be there that need this? And what are going to be the repercussions? And it's like, we all need this. I need this. They need this. And we all agree that this is dangerous, and we're gonna do this right. We know what's at stake, and we're gonna be responsible.
And we
about it.
we definitely took that into like account and weighed all of that before we did this.
And
so
it was
like
a
we knew that Mass was on the same page as us, and
Absolutely.
we're going to like enforce those rules. And so we were like, we feel like this is relatively safe.
Yes.
This many people, these rules are being enforced. So
we didn't take that lightly at all.
No.
So we played a show right before quarantine, like immediately.
Yeah.
And it's been, like you said, it's been super fucking rough, like not being able to play live, especially since we're working on this new material and stuff, and it's fun to bang it out live.
Yeah.
So that way while we're
that's
recording,
a great way to workshop it.
we know exactly what's going on. But like this past weekend, we're going ahead and go ahead. We're going to record. We're just pushing through. This is the time to, like I said, be creative and record. And it's been 7 months since I've seen our lead singer, and he came over this weekend. It's been
7 months. Wow.
Like February, right?
And like
March.
7 months feels like 7 weeks sometimes when you're in quarantine.
It's just so fucking
it's
crazy,
just like,
and it's weird.
What
but
day
like,
is it? What month is it? What is happening?
he comes over and it's like, hey, what's up? It's just like back
another day has passed.
Not a day has passed, and we just have fun, and it was a total blast to do the recording sessions and stuff, and it's great. But we all have to weigh it between us. Is like, how do we want to play live? Do we feel comfortable? We all know what each other do in our day jobs. Do we feel comfortable being around each other? I love those guys. When you're in a band, it's a brotherhood. It's a family.
It is. And if it's not, you're fucking up.
Yeah, you're fucking up. But it is a brotherhood. I love these guys. I'd take a bullet for them.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things like, are we comfortable being around each other? If we are comfortable around each other, then the next step is, are we comfortable playing live in front of people and being in front of however many people?
That's why I'm excited to hear what's going to happen when we start practicing.
But what he's talking about is like, this is stuff that you have to sit down, you have to talk about, and
play. It fucks with your mind when you start thinking about it.
That will help you in the future too when you're talking about creative decisions. When you're talking about any decisions, really, it's like it's a beautiful thing. It's working together and all deciding that you want to move this way instead of that way. And that's like, Sometimes when you can put your own needs aside and go, this is what's best, it feels so right.
And what's great is when you're really really tight with some people, you know, your band,
right?
And you can go 7 months and it feels like yesterday, you know, like we were just jamming with yesterday. it that you know is right.
Yeah.
And now that we've got these,
You don't have to
like I was
question
getting at, where we start talking about these bars open up to 50%, and the crowd's getting bigger, I think now more shows are going to start being booked. You know, the double bills, triple bills are going to start being booked out. And you're like,
It's going to get ahead
how
of
are
itself
things going to
real
be?
quick.
You know, it's kind of weird that they said that it's we're at a 50% capacity, but yet the numbers over the last 3 weeks have gradually gone up. And I guess
You mean like on the COVID scale?
COVID scale, like people getting infected.
Yeah.
And Abbott said that like if it crosses 15% per county, it's going to be an automatic shutdown for that county. What I fear is that we're all going to be like, fuck yeah, we can start doing shit again. We can start playing shows.
Well,
and then it's going to be
that's-
bam.
Yeah.
And then it's the problem with it being, you know, oh, we're shutting everything down is another onset depression. And then we have our friends that run these bars, that run these venues, that take care of this place,
Suffering.
that are like, fuck yeah, we're finally open.
Yeah,
and
then
they're
they
like,
get
shit,
fucked.
we got to be closed again.
What they've been saying, like
it's like
80%
on
of
and
clubs
off,
aren't
on
going
and
to
off, on
survive.
and off.
You know,
Morality, and we're talking
Yeah.
about like right and wrong, and we're talking
It's
about
just
the better for the good, the better for the people, and it's just like, where do
It's-
we draw the line? Where is the right decision?
There's
What
not
do we
it's not
do?
black and
It's a freaking roller coaster
Yeah.
ride right
Yeah,
now.
it
and
really is.
I wish we would
There
just
is
get
no
past
one
this.
answer.
You know, I really wish we were like New Zealand, that it was like, we're going to lock everything fucking down. No one can go anywhere for, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then,
Texas.
all right,
But,
we can all go party and watch a rugby
But
match
the thing is,
and
like,
drink and have fun.
It doesn't matter. Like we could go strict lockdown and nothing's supposed to happen. But then there's always those people that throw this fucking 1,000 people parties and do this
and
do that.
that's the difference between us
And
and New
you-
Zealand.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is like you
It's the
can't
American
control
mentality.
it. Right? You can only control it to a certain extent. So you have to give a certain amount of liberty and freedom, and essentially trust.
Yeah.
But where you don't deserve it, but where you have to give it, because if you don't, then you're gonna get the opposite response. So it's like, what do? There's no right answer. We just kind of find the middle ground. We just kind of keep fucking around until we reach the point where we're like, okay, this is wrong, this is right. Don't cross this line. Don't cross that line. And we find some kind of
It's fluid a little
equilibrium,
bit.
but it's not. It's gonna take a long time. And
It's
I
going
hope
to take a while.
I hope that live music won't suffer much longer, but it really hurts because I know
We're
I'm
gonna
not-
come out the
I'm
other
not
side
naive, but
changed,
like
yeah.
I have optimism at the same time, and it's just like I don't know, but I hope.
And
I
this
really-
isn't like not even close to the first big pandemic like this. So
Right,
this is just the
and-
first one that's
Well,
been in
and
this like digital kind of.
I was watching the news earlier.
That's true
But
too.
like at
That's
least
true
you
too.
know where we are.
I
So.
was watching the news earlier today while I was out here getting things set up and getting ready to do the show, and they were talking about Britain going through their second wave right now.
Yeah, that's what Johnny's talking about right now. Is the second
Shut
wave.
down, and
yeah.
That's too bad.
And that's what I
And that's
fear.
where we're going.
The first
Yeah.
wave was hard enough.
Like,
I
we
fear
go
the
look into the
second
future a
wave.
little
Like,
bit.
Are we
Yeah.
even through the first wave?
But that's
That's the
another
thing.
reason
I don't
why
even know
we
if we're
took
through the
first
first
show
tell,
too.
honestly.
Is because we thought
we might
we
not
might
get that
not get this
until
opportunity
like
again for
2021.
3 or 4
so.
months.
And we don't know enough
and
about
maybe
this
longer,
thing.
maybe a year.
Still.
We don't know.
We don't know.
So
Like I feel healthy. I
maybe
don't know
now
that-
is the
that doesn't mean
time we
anything.
just
like,
do it.
and then it's just the
Well,
other
that's-
people
that's
you're around
something-
that you
Yeah.
have to be.
that's something I keep throwing out to everybody. Is like,
Courteous.
no matter what, don't let depression set in. You need to
Too late.
view it as this is a time to be creative and to write and
Yeah.
build
Well, that's-
and
we've
be
been-
nuts.
That's what we've all
Because
been doing.
once things get released, or like where we can be balls to the wall, hey, let's have fun back to
I
old
look
school.
forward to that.
So much art.
When we-
yeah.
You're gonna have so much
And it's gonna be-
outpouring of blam. Look at all this
It's
stuff.
gonna be.
Here you go.
it's gonna
This
be
is the time to
nuts.
focus on that.
Yeah.
Don't get depressed. Don't get upset.
Or
Don't let this affect you. Or
Get
you know what?
depressed.
Get depressed.
upset.
And
Let it
affect your
affect
art.
your art, but
Yeah,
build
like-
it as your art.
Yeah, like
But
put
don't
that into it.
don't put it all the way to.
Don't-
go extreme with it. If
Yeah.
you get depressed,
Put some boundaries on.
write
thing.
your art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
I
what you're
agree with
doing.
that.
Create your stuff.
Yeah.
There are studios open right now. even if you have to do it one member at a time.
Cloudland is here. Come
Cloudland's
and record.
there.
Cloudland
If
is
you have to
there.
do one
This is
member
why
at a
we
time
wanted
just to
Sammy
keep
be our
social
Cloudland
distance.
spokesman. That's why
Yeah.
we made
I'll
him watch
do it.
Sound
I'm here
City.
for it.
But yeah,
I think this
that's-
is like a 2-hour commercial for Cloudland.
But
Right.
no, I'm being serious though. You're absolutely right, and it's just like, do you be 100? Do everything that you can. Use your boundaries as an excuse to be more creative.
Yeah.
Like, use your boundaries as a way to like fuel that fire even more.
You
But
can't go to a bar and express yourself. You can't go to a bar
No,
and play a live show. But you know what?
You can't
Take
fuck
your-
around and jerk off
you know
and
what?
like expect that to be creative.
Take a drum
Do
machine,
you for
take
real.
a guitar out into the middle of fucking nowhere,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sit down and write and create
You can
and
make
be an artist
videos, like
and do
music
stuff.
videos,
Set up a
photo
camera.
shoots.
Don't
Set
do it
up
with any
this.
People doing
Do
all
this.
kinds of
Just
stuff.
Just
Do
do
it.
it. Just it's there. Just let it happen.
This is the time to do it. You got to think outside the box. You know,
Yeah.
you're used to this pattern of things, but if
agree.
this is the quote unquote new normal, fuck
that.
it for right now. Go out and have fun with yourself.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Y'all both have bands.
You don't need to be in. You don't. You can
have
make
two
it
bands
work.
right here working together.
Yeah.
You
It's-
have enough. You can go out and create and build for the future.
Yeah, and that's
And
what
that's
I
what
mean,
matters.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. Just kind of, I mean, we're fortunate that we have a recording
Yeah, we
studio
never
at our
ever
disposal.
Take that for granted.
But
you know.
yeah, we've been pretending like it's 1975 and we have like $1 million recording budget because instead of Wednesdays were our practice days for shows, every Wednesday we practice. Now every Wednesday we just roll into the studio and we lay shit down. It worked. Nah, it didn't work. Fuck it. Erase it. Start over.
How do y'all separate that? Do y'all separate it as MMS or as
We've been
Uncle Toasty?
we've been alternating every other week depending on what's coming up. So when we had the mass show, then we switched gears and every Wednesday we just started rehearsing at the studio. And then, recently we kind of switched gears and we've been mixing on, Uncle Toasty and kind of focusing on that. And so, for a while it was, one Wednesday was me Motor Scooter, one Wednesday was Uncle Toasty, and then, back and forth for, 2 months or 3 months or something like that. And then just kind of depends on the needs of the service.
and that's good. I mean,
And we're fortunate. And
y'all are
and-
super
yeah.
fortunate to have that at your disposal. I know we're super fortunate to have a bunch of bands that have fantastic rehearsal studios.
Yeah.
And they all get along. They all trust each other. That's the thing is
And
when you're in a band, you got to trust each
That's
other
the
what you're
thing too,
doing.
yeah.
But they can get together and do stuff. And a lot of these rehearsal studios, fucking dude, I just recorded the Me Things do a live stream with
Yeah,
with
that was
a
great for the
Zoom.
Corn
Yeah.
Lovers Fest.
Uh-huh.
Which we were so
ACL?
bummed because we played Corn Lovers Fest the last 2 years in a row.
Mhm.
And so, this is the first year in 3 years that we didn't get to play it. So,
So,
it's kind of a bummer.
Jeff and I used 5 cameras and a Zoom Z6 to capture everything.
It sounded great.
And it worked
sounded-
fucking
yeah.
great for a fucking live stream.
Yeah.
That's
You're
just, like,
gonna
cosmic.
lose stuff anyway, but you can do that stuff.
Mhm.
It's available.
We're really
That's an
fortunate that
outlet
we
to
have
do.
all this internet and stuff right
Yeah.
now that
Yeah.
like other people didn't. They just didn't get to see anybody or communicate with them a long time ago when there was pandemics.
Yeah.
So
But we have the
We're
technology now to
pretty
be able to do
pretty
this
lucky.
crude stuff to at least get stuff out there to entertain
we
people.
have Zoom.
Help people out. So I know a lot of people are getting depressed. I know a lot of people are upset. I've received text messages from friends that are scared to release music videos. They're scared to release new music right now. And I'm like, just
It's like
fucking
a
do it.
pumpkin beer.
Just
I
do
don't
it.
understand. Like, why
Just do it.
why be afraid to release a music video right now, though?
Maybe you don't want to be criticized for like, I don't know, not wearing a mask or
Or the way
something.
things went
The
down,
music video?
There is
that,
there's an
something.
imaging.
Well, I mean,
always
remember
something.
when lockdown
don't want
first
it.
started,
Oh, you
we
don't want it?
No, I will.
you and I like
Right.
were like, oh shit, we have 4 days before this whole country is getting locked down.
Yeah.
Hold on, tap the
That's what I
brakes.
thought too. I was
Tap
like,
the
It wasn't
brakes.
even 4 days. It was
I'm
That-
never
What
gonna
the
see
fuck
you
to
guys
think.
again.
I'm just kind of
Like-
along for the ride.
Hold on,
I
that
don't know.
night I was watching reports as we're recording.
oh yeah.
Is Betsy Price shutting down the city? Is Betsy Price calling a shutdown? That was that night.
And literally it was we decided to do that. We'd gotten
I think I was at your house.
Yeah, and we got and so Rebecca and I were like, okay, it looks like lockdown is imminent. What do we need to grab from the studio to take back to my
I
house
didn't think
so
we
we can
could
make music?
I didn't think we could
Oh,
drive
yeah.
anywhere.
No,
like,
and we
it
were
was
like,
that, I
we
didn't
were like,
know. I don't know. It was
yeah, we
like
were like, okay.
1984.
Yeah, we were like, okay, we need to go. We need to go. It wasn't panic mode. It was just like it was no, it was practical mode.
Everybody thought that.
We went
Yeah,
to
but we were like,
bunker-
okay, we're like,
bunker
okay, we
mode.
need to go to the practice space and we need to get the basement.
Oh, that's smart.
And
That's
we need to,
really
you know, and we
smart.
need to get the
we totally did
guitars.
that.
What I love is like you guys aren't like, how are we gonna stock up on food and how are we gonna do this?
Get the music.
How are we
gear.
gonna
I
get
never
the
even
gear?
thought of that.
Recording.
How are we gonna
I
keep
would've
recording
starved.
music? That's what I love
It
about
hadn't
this
been a
story.
true
This is
quarantine.
why we're in a
But
band
no, so
together.
we're like, okay, we need to.
Okay,
You
this
used to
is
say
the-
that you wanted a zombie apocalypse to happen.
Yeah.
We
I
were pretty
said
close.
a lot of
to
things
it.
in my
are,
life, and I
Sammy.
don't like being
Sammy.
quoted on them.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But no, then
I'm
we're
gonna
like,
just
okay,
quote Sammy from here.
it
on
looks
out.
it looks like it looks like we have like
just my Bible.
maybe
Don't
a
quote me
few
on
a
that.
few days before this. So
Apparently
Dustin
it's
brought
Bible
$40,000 worth of video cameras.
Damn, I just got that.
Well, we didn't know what was gonna happen. We had no clue.
Yeah.
And we were just like, let's do this
Well, and
and
then
put it together
I remember like
just in case.
worried I was gonna get pulled over driving like after curfew because like I had to go to the studio for something.
No,
can't remember
I
what
had
it
a
was.
piece of paper in the car that said I'm allowed to drive
I
so
didn't
and so
know.
because I was afraid of the same
I had
fucking thing.
Yeah.
my company gave me one.
Yeah,
It's
mine
like-
too.
yeah.
Mine too.
Essential
I
worker.
didn't have a paper.
No,
I was just
here's
like,
the
oh,
funny
I'm going to
thing
the studio to
is-
work, I guess.
I had a
Mine's-
legit paper.
My company gave me two pieces of paper. One was like, he's allowed to drive after curfew.
Go to and
The other
from.
one was, which creeped me out. This is the one that put me on total shock.
Yeah.
Was he's allowed to get gas?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
What?
fucked
Really?
me up. That scared me.
So
That
they
made
were
me feel-
prepared for some.
They were
real
prepared
shit.
for gas
Some,
being
like, you
shut
can't even
down.
get
Jobs to,
gas.
Like,
worry
get the
about
fuck
this.
home.
Like they were
Don't
gonna
take-
start.
We don't want to give you gas to go anywhere.
My
They were
company
gonna
gave
start
me a
rationing
grocery
us
store.
out.
Eating
Forget about it.
pretzels for the rest of your life.
Welcome to
Yeah,
Russia.
good.
There's a
Suck my butthole.
there's gonna be a truck that pulls up on your street and throw bread out and potatoes.
You just hope they come
It's
by
my
on
favorite
time.
food. Don't knock that.
Fuck that! I would go around eating people. I'm not about to do that.
Okay, what's
I want
his
a
name?
zombie apocalypse. I'm not like about
What
to
was that
eat
guy?
anybody
I'm
or
about to
anything.
be a zombie.
The guy we used to be in this show.
Like,
The guy that said he would shoot his neighbors and
brains
eat them.
suck.
Oh, Alex
Vegetarian.
Jones.
Alex
I was
Jones.
kidding.
Hey, but to feed his daughters, but not his son.
Yeah, he's gonna feed his daughters, but not his son.
I'm gonna feed my daughters with my sons.
Hey, also, Jennifer said if anybody's
Yes.
feeling depressed, she's got fossil rim tours available.
Yes, if anybody,
DMD,
dude,
MDMA,
Thanks,
it's all
Jennifer.
available. If you're feeling
Appreciate
depressed,
it.
come to me.
there will be nothing
Just
better
kidding. I don't sell drugs.
going down to Fossil Rim and seeing petting a rhino or petting a
Yeah, that
giraffe
makes
or
that's
petting an exotic animal will put you in a different place. It'll make you
Totally.
feel good. So if
Yeah.
you are to,
If you're
As
feeling
opposed to the
down,
chemicals that I
look at a
mentioned.
giraffe.
It's not even funny, but sometimes I go to like the animal shelter and just look at the animals. I don't
And just
you know.
laugh.
No.
and then you just
You're like,
point
"Ah,
at
you'll
I'm
never
not-
get
Look at you,
adopted."
stupid animal.
what are you? What's
I'm
we
not
got?
in a
Die in a
cage, and then
cage
I, like,
alone,
and then
and
I
I'm gonna
walk
be
out
living
in
my
the
life.
Hold
forest.
on. You just point at them and go, "I'm on this side of the cage," and you're not.
No, he just said that. I didn't say that.
No, that's
I was
What the
only
fuck?
like asking a question.
No, all I do is
it makes you feel better, but the
Aw.
animal's in there going,
Ha
Adopt
you
me.
suck. Sucks to suck.
"Yeah, look at my life. I'm on this
They're
side of the."
going to get adopted.
cage.
I
because
can
they're that
drive. You're
cute.
stuck behind
Because-
glass.
I could do drugs
I
and
just
have
go
a
knock on
great
the glass.
time.
Hear this? That's the sound of your.
How's
yeah.
that feel?
All right,
Yeah, that's
so
what I do to make myself feel
I
better.
want to cheer the
You're a sociopath.
I want to cheer the room up before we leave, before we call this a quitter.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary. How many of y'all have seen Tremors?
I've
yeah.
seen parts.
I've seen
I have
Tremors.
never seen it.
Have not.
It's great, right?
Oh, it's great.
That's
So this
Kevin
is our
Bacon
next
is the greatest.
band.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
forgot
Reba
that.
McEntire.
Tremors. for the
Yep,
first
yep,
time.
yep.
Bacon was in
I've
Hollow
seen-
Man,
I've seen
so
Tremors and Tremors 2.
Movie for the first time. You're
So
right.
there is a documentary that's floating around YouTube called Tremors Making Perfection. And it's all behind the scenes
Oh.
of
I'd watch that before. I
it,
watched
it
the
talks
movie.
about them and how it became a cult classic.
I
And
remember watching
it's
it in
kind
like
of funny.
USA at like 11:30
I
or
went
some
saw it in the
shit.
movie theater. It's like this looks cool. And they're talking about building a like how hard it was at that time to build, because you had Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, all that
Mhm.
crap.
Right.
That was always dark.
Yeah.
But they're trying to build a scary movie that's also a comedy. That was in bright daylight.
I don't remember that movie being funny.
And how there's some funny parts.
I was a kid. I was a super
They
super
died.
young
I
kid.
feel like Evil Dead was like a horror comedy though.
That was a horror comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
that
like
one's
kind of
funny.
genre, but it's hard to like really.
I have to
nail
rewatch
that
Tremors.
genre,
But you
'cause
know,
it's like
we all go back and we look at Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, and we all think that's a horror comedy now.
no, yeah,
Yeah,
right,
that's
yeah.
true.
How do you not take that as a comedy? When I
Yeah.
saw what's his name, like with the mask, and he like reaches through the window and he grabs that lady by the neck and he's like pulling her through, and I just
Her legs are
immediately
flopping
started
around.
laughing
Watch those
hilariously
Yeah.
because it's like this is ridiculous.
But like as I was setting up the studio, once again, I watched the news and it was over. And as I was building stuff, someone sent that over to me, and I was watching this. It's on YouTube. It's 30 minutes long, but it's this whole documentary of how that became a cult classic. They brought everybody in to interview him. They brought Kevin Bacon in.
Kevin Bacon. Well, yeah. What's he doing?
Older
Yeah,
Kevin
sure.
Bacon, and he's talking about how like his career was in the shitter.
Yeah,
and how he had blown through all the Footloose money.
Yeah, that's not like that's a thing. Like
Yeah.
what's his name? Dennis.
That's my memoir.
Hopman?
Blown through
What-
Footloose money.
The guy in Blue Velvet.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
And Dennis
No,
Hopper, yeah.
He was literally like a fucking pariah, and like no
Yeah.
one wanted to work with him. Drug addict, blah blah blah. He worked with David Lynch on Blue Velvet, and that made his fucking career.
Blew his career
That's
up.
like my favorite fucking movie of his, and it's
like
so wild.
like they're interviewing Kevin Bacon. He's like,
Dennis Hopper,
it's a
yeah.
movie with worms. It's a horror. Yeah, what the fuck? My leading roles in other movies weren't doing that well. Let's see what this does.
Let's see what this worm movie
And it turned,
does.
it blew up, and
Right.
it turned into a cult classic.
And that's
and
like, it's a beautiful thing. That's like what I love about art too, is because like so many people can say it's this or it's that, and it's just like, it's all objective. It's all about how it made you feel, and it's all about the time that it came out and how it reflected upon everything that was happening at that time. And it's just like, it's I don't know.
do y'all
It's a
remember
beautiful thing.
when the Crocodile Dundee came out?
Yeah.
Like I had a bunch of friends talking about how great that movie is and how great. And I went.
I
and
haven't
saw
watched
it.
it. I haven't watched it as an adult.
I went and watched it as a kid, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. It's been showing every once in a while on HBO or Cinemax or some one of those channels. And you look at it, and you're like, this is a piece of fucking shit.
Is it really? Is it that bad?
It's
Dude,
bad.
I hated it the second it came out personally.
But there were a lot of people that like, this is the funniest movie ever, and this is look he's
Yeah.
running around, he's just a guy, and he goes, oh,
The
I got a
comedy
knife.
of the time.
That's not a knife.
That's a knife. This is a
no.
knife, and you're
Maybe
like,
they had it on, like they were on point with like
Well,
what
I
was
don't
funny
know, but
at that
the-
time. But like,
Yeah,
it's-
it was-
That's,
it was a
really
different-
true. There's like a generation.
It was a
like,
different
humor
time
that
in
kind of
comedy.
shifts,
That's how you know the
Definitely.
good from the bad,
Yeah.
though. Is
Just-
like you can go, is this funny 20 years from
But that
now?
was
Like my mom and dad.
that was like
cracking up
that
at really
the
early
Australian
SNL, and they're
moment.
Like, this is so great.
You know, like Australia was going
Where's
through
the joke?
Zoolander
or
is still
America was
funny.
going through
now,
like an
but,
Australia
you know,
thing
sometimes
at the
it takes a
time.
while.
yeah, tap the brakes over there. Zoolander is still greatness.
I
That's
didn't
what I'm
say
saying.
Zoolander.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
say
saying
that.
like that's an example. Is
I was
like
looking down.
that wasn't just
Like,
funny at the time because of male models or whatever. Like,
No.
that continues.
It's
to be
it's
funny.
ridiculously
It's like
funny.
a
No,
good
yeah,
movie.
like
Formats.
Crocodile Dundee and what was it? Young Einstein with Yahoo Serious. Like,
Yeah.
like America was going through this kind of like Australian moment
But at
or
the
whatever.
same time,
Which is
you
funny
had-
'cause I
Like
didn't even
music
realize
we were
that.
talking about earlier.
You had Ghostbusters,
Right.
still funny.
Australian
Shit, that holds
are
up.
just better.
So apparently, but you know, so Dan
Shit,
Aykroyd,
that
like
holds up.
he wrote the script for Ghostbusters. Apparently, there's like a 3-hour long version of that movie that goes
Dan
into like
Aykroyd is a big UFO believer.
yeah,
by
but
the way.
Yeah,
there's a
he-
there's a
he
version of
talked.
that movie that goes
Yeah.
into like extreme detail into like the science of
Yeah.
like the like
But
you know
that's
like
when
all
you
of their
start
equipment and
ruining the
stuff.
movie, though.
No,
Yeah.
Like just
not
like Donnie
necessarily.
Darko. No, it's like the second you try to get, like explain it in a rational
No, but
way.
so Dan Aykroyd's like
that's the second you start losing.
Dan
it.
Well,
Aykroyd.
the-
Dan
but not
Aykroyd's
to
on the
the people that
spectrum,
worked
so
in the
like all
cast.
like
I believe
he's
that.
he's
It's
got
just
this
the
version
audience,
of the
the
movie
general
that
audience
like
is like,
goes
I
like
don't
understand
understand
way
Like
into
the-
like
But like
detail
that's the
about
thing
it.
is,
Like,
it's not.
yes,
It's
yes.
not like universally.
Realistic.
People can't share that perspective.
Of course not.
That's a very specific perspective. So the only way that movie could be popular
Is it
is to
Harold Ramis
kind of like dumb it
filters
down a
it?
little bit. Yeah. But that's a
Bless
lot
his
of
heart.
popular ideas, and that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Teenage
But, like,
comedies from
That's
outer
what I'm
space.
saying. Is like when I watch like the Donnie Darko extended cut, I watched it. I'm like, I get the movie, and then people are like, "You're an insane person. There's no way you can get this movie because there's no getting it." But I'm like, no, no, I for real get it. And it's like, no,
So what
you're
about-
nuts.
Wait, I understand this movie.
Have
I
you
understand a
guys-
movie that you're fucking crazy.
Have you watched the new Bill and Ted's?
Everybody's
Like,
in
No,
there.
I haven't watched it
I
yet.
didn't.
Have
I did
not.
only.
What'd you think?
I love
Okay.
Bill and Ted, but
No.
I
Like,
didn't
I
watch it.
thought it was cute. There were some times where it was really cute.
I mean,
You had to
I
cute
hated
that
it.
means
my
he hated
second
it.
one, so
If he
it
says
wasn't
it's
like-
cute,
So here's
this
the
guy
problem.
doesn't like anything
I don't like
cute.
sequels.
Hold on. Here's the problem. Is we loved Bill and Ted's growing up. So you have to dumb yourself down to enjoy this Bill and Ted's.
Yeah, exactly.
Because movies have changed so much over the years.
We're
like
all
in the
ADD
80s,
now.
we got to love, the Back to the Futures, the
Yeah.
Bill and Ted's, the
All three back. to the
Lethal
Future's great,
Weapons,
Good
the
film.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Nightbreed.
Movies.
They're cheesy as fuck.
But
No,
but
Beverly
look
Hills
at
Cop won
Netflix
that.
today.
Hold
You
on.
compare that. That's like cinematic genius compared
It
to
was.
the shit
Back
that
in the
is on
80s,
fucking Netflix right
that was
now.
fucking great. But then
Sammy,
movies
you like
have.
Netflix originals though.
Like what?
I don't know. You talk about them sometimes.
That's a weird claim.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I
That's
like
weird.
good movies and that they come out with good shit sometimes.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah,
Do I
like
come
that's
out
a-
with-
movies.
What?
That's a weird attack. But anyway, like movies have
We
grown
just talk about movies
through
all
the
time.
90s.
Give it to me.
through the
Wait, hold on, what'd I say?
2000s, and then you watch the new Bill and Ted's, and you have to dumb yourself down to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You have
a
to
good
sit
point.
back
Watching
and
Jerry
go.
I agree, Johnny.
You're
mean, they-
not gonna be like.
I had a feel. I felt the same way when they announced they were going to do a Nightbreed sequel, and it was going to be the True Blood
you know what would've been
guys.
great? You know what would have
The
been
people
great?
who
Is if
made-
David Cronenberg directed
I
that,
knew Nightbreed was gonna
and
come
nobody from True Blood worked on it.
Has it been 12 hours since we talked about Nightbreed?
Nightbreed.
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't even give a shit.
They were
about
going to
Nightbreed.
hand it over to. They were going to
Since
hand it
our
over to the
relationship
guys
with
who
Chase has
were
begun.
working on the fucking.
Kroll? Did
Kroll.
somebody mention Kroll already?
Oh, dude, I want to make the sequel, The Kroll,
Bro,
and I will
Kroll
keep it,
sucks.
Dude.
and I will keep it
Hold on.
how
Stop.
it should be.
Stop. Hold
I'm
on.
about to throw a star blade
Stop.
at you.
Is that good?
Kroll has been on TV a lot lately.
Really?
Dude, as a series, like a new series, I feel like it would work.
I always feel like when a movie shows up on like HBO or Showtime,
Yeah.
repeatedly,
Uh-huh.
something's about to fucking happen
Yep.
with Kroll.
Yep.
Right?
There was
Dude,
an article when
if Cronenberg
Obama was
directed
in office.
Kroll, if Cronenberg directed the new series of Kroll and it was put on like a real series and they did it like through like HBO or something.
Cronenberg would not do Kroll. I'll tell you who would
That's
do
not true.
Kroll too.
Why are you like
It's me.
shitting?
I
What
will
was
do
that
it.
Cronenberg
you
movie
would
you
do
made
it?
me watch that one
Jeffrey's
time?
gonna
I'm
do
not
it
gonna
next
let
What have you
I'm
ever
not gonna let the
directed?
fucking Game of Thrones people ruin this for me. Okay, like
I'll put a
They ruin
heavy on
everything.
water bottle by my foot
Oh, my
when you
fucking
try to
God.
Was it
record
Existence?
me doing
Existence.
Kroll.
That's a great one.
You and I went over
Existence
there
is a
once.
That's a
fucking
great one.
masterpiece.
But if anybody was going to make a series of
That's
anything
cool.
that
You
I
opened that beer with,
appreciate,
like, a kinda
if
like
they
a
better not make it
attitude.
into something that is anywhere like the dramatic, drawn out,
That's funny. Not this
sexed
He
up.
goes, and then
Wait,
turns
what's
it all
going
the
on?
way
Thing.
inside. Like it's violent. It's not
Things
that
are
funny.
loud.
I love you guys.
So here, can
We
we
like you.
at least all agree?
I'm used to that response, by the way.
I'm just kidding.
Can we at
Duffy's
least
talking
all
to me, shut
agree
Can we?
that the
What?
new Dune looks fabulous?
It
Oh,
does.
yeah.
It's so
Oh,
good.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
as
Please
as
step back.
someone who literally worships David Lynch, I can tell you right now, I fucking hate Dune.
Me and
the
you.
new
Okay.
Dune that's about to come out.
Well, you hate
looks-
the book or you hate the first movie?
the movie.
The
But
first
the-
movie's
okay.
The book is
terrible.
great.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's
And
not good.
That's
Read the
he
book,
never should have
though.
done. No, I know.
The book is
But that's
amazing.
what I'm saying. Is like the new Dune
Books.
is like it looks like everything that the old Dune was kind of like aiming for a little bit.
So yes,
It wasn't Lynch's wheelhouse. He's good at so many things, but that wasn't really his thing.
I
Don't
think
he needs his own directive. He needs his own ideas. He needs to go into meditation and whatever he needs to do to work his creative process. But Dune was not it. That was a fuck up. He never should have done that movie.
No, he really should not have.
But
I mean,
I'm glad
he knows
did,
he
only
knew
so
that
it could
though.
be done better now.
He knew that though.
But-
He turned down things that he turned down the Return of the Jedi.
Thank God.
So did.
Can you imagine?
Cronenberg.
Hold on.
No.
Can you imagine a David
Can you-
Lynch
Horrible.
Return of the
That's a mess
Jedi?
up.
Actually, you
It would
know
have
what?
been worse than it already is.
Him and Cronenberg were both going to do it. I mean, they were asked to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
'cause
both
they're,
were
like,
like,
the
no
both
way.
brilliant
No.
I feel like it
directors.
should have started out that weird though, because
And maybe, and you know what?
Never
Maybe
mind.
it would have been
This is
better.
my-
Maybe we would have been going, oh,
I think
my
it would have been
God,
better.
It was so good. I hope it would have been.
mean,
I just know I hate
know
it
I'm
now.
spitting blasphemy.
They're
in
both very
this
similar.
particular room.
I
but-
fucking love Cronenberg and David Lynch. They're my favorite.
They're
favorite
very similar.
directors.
They are very.
But I
very
Saying I
don't want
see
to
a
see
lot
him
of
fucking work
stormtroopers
on
in this
Star
room.
Wars. Fuck
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I
don't see
care
it.
for Star Wars.
The new Dune is. I mean that.
That would have caused some issues.
What's the director's name?
Yeah, you guys wouldn't
Denis.
have been invited.
Bellevue. How do you say it? Denis.
I can't. I don't know who the new
Yeah,
director
I
is.
like
He did the new Blade Runner,
Really?
Yeah,
and it's just
but
perfect.
the new Blade Runner is amazing.
Yeah,
So
I thought so.
I'm excited
I
about
like
this
David
Dune.
Lynch's music.
I think it's gonna be good.
So what's
I
your
have my
favorite?
hopes.
Since you're a David Lynch lover,
Yes.
DLL.
me and you can sit down and we'll have a talk for hours now.
Oh yeah.
I love David Lynch. So where are you at? What is his masterpiece?
Ooh,
His masterpiece?
his
Yeah, what do you think is
Okay.
his masterpiece?
It's really hard to say because I feel like a lot of people, every work that he's done essentially could be a masterpiece. Like you could say, okay, Twin Peaks, right? Because that's such a long.
What'd you think of the new Twin Peaks?
My favorite.
Yep.
You like it better than the original?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty
because like okay, he only did the first season. Second
Sure.
season,
I'd prefer Northern
he
Exposure
never
to Twin
wanted
Peaks,
Bob
but
or
that's
any of
just
that
me.
stuff to be like. He didn't want any of that. He didn't want any
It's a joke for
answers, and I feel
two
like he
people.
was on the right path. I trust David Lynch. Like when I watch movies and when I watch directors and I watch people that write movies, I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't trust you. Like you're gonna fuck me up. You're gonna lead me down a path that's gonna upset me. But like with Lynch, he leaves it up to you. He gives you the freedom, and I love that so much when I watch his movies because I don't like to be told.
So which is
what
the
a movie is
masterpiece?
supposed-
He
Oh,
makes a more
okay,
objective
okay, okay.
movie.
Yeah, yeah.
He
What-
makes-
what is
it
it?
makes
Which
a
one is
more-
it? Come on.
Question.
I'm sorry. This is gonna
Subjective
totally
movie.
conflict
Sorry.
everything that I just said,
Oh.
but I really feel like Blue
Dune.
Velvet.
Blue Velvet's
Blue Velvet is his masterpiece.
Okay, so I would
Eraserhead.
Really?
I will
Nah.
jerk off to that all
Come
day.
on.
But like Blue
I-
Velvet,
best
is-
lesbian
I-
scene.
the reason I
I
love
had
Blue Velvet
nightmares
so
from
much.
the man
Outside
behind
of,
Winkies forever.
Which-
that was
which-
the most scary scene in
Which
the
scene?
man behind Winkies.
Oh, that was
The-
Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive.
Yeah,
Mulholland
Mulholland Drive.
That
Fucked me up for
terrified
life.
That
Yeah.
has
That's
like
the first
that
David
was
Lynch
like
movie I
every
saw.
genre of movie. put
Best
into one
lesbian
movie.
scene in
Yeah.
any movie is Mulholland Drive.
No, I love Mulholland
But they were
Drive.
I
also
love it
kind
too.
of the same
Love
person.
it.
So it
But
was
when
like
we're talking about
Not
a
Wild
movie as a
Horses or
whole,
whatever that 90s
not
movie
in
is.
particular
Okay. David Lynch.
scenes. I'm just saying, like as a whole, as a one.
Okay,
whole
so
piece.
Mulholland Drive fucked you up.
Oh yeah.
The movie that fucked me up, in which I watched repeatedly trying to figure it out,
Yeah.
and I finally did, was Wild at Heart. Wild at Heart.
Wild at Heart is so good.
I
It's
do-
so
I do
damn
like that
good.
It
movie.
is so underestimated.
When Nicolas Cage bashes a guy's brains
I love
in
that
oh
actor.
my
right
god!
at the beginning.
And what's his
I
name?
don't know why.
The Teeth. What's his name?
Oh,
William.
fuck.
The guy. He's a huge actor.
Willem Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
God,
I want to say
fucking
William H.
damn
Macy,
it.
but yeah,
He
William Dafoe.
killed it in that role.
Yes.
He scared the
He's a
fuck out of
great
me.
actor.
I don't even give a shit about whatever, but it's
And then
like,
when I was trying to
Whoa.
figure it all out, and he's like, "Oh, well, this is my Wizard of Oz," and I'm like, "Well, it kind of makes sense because you keep throwing scenes of Wizard of Oz in there."
I think we tap into the existential dread in these movies, and
Yeah,
that's
and
really
why
what's
I
the
love
most
Cronenberg,
terrifying.
too, though.
That's more terrifying horror than
I
just a straight up
had
horror.
so
I like
no,
it
but
better.
that's
And
the
I like
real
it better.
horror.
I like
the
it
real
better.
horror isn't through blood and
deeper.
gore. It isn't through.
No.
I don't like blood and gore jump scares at all.
Yeah,
but
no,
I do
it's not.
kind of like
It's not
the like.
through.
This is
what do you
going to
call
creep
it?
me out. I'm going to think about it for the rest
Brutal.
of my life.
The,
No,
the
it's
blood
through-
and
it's
gore fucked me up,
psychology.
though.
The
In
real
Wild at
scary
Heart,
Psychological
shit's up
horror.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there were two things I always had to dream about when I was horny and had wet dreams as a young kid. It was the
I've had one wet dream my whole life.
take a bite of peach. That scene like totally screwed me up. But then the horror dreams I used to have were the car wreck where she's walking around and she's like, "Oh, there's something in my head,"
God damn.
and then she
That
starts
feels
pulling her
like a
fucking
nightmare.
brains out. And
That
I'm
feels
like,
like a bad dream.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
That's the shit that fucks me up, dude.
that fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I can never imagine being in a car wreck and being so
out of it.
adrenaline,
Right.
stressed out, everything that you're still walking around while your skull is split open.
And it's a real thing.
And it's a real fucking
it's
thing.
like,
You hear stories about this
whoa.
really
Yeah.
fucking happening.
Whoa.
and it creeped me out.
Heavy shit.
I was so creeped out by that.
God damn. American Psycho. I was like
American
fifth,
Psycho was
sixth
awesome.
grade. That was the first horror movie, whatever you want to call it, that I saw where I was like, okay,
That
I'm
scene
fucked up for life.
Calm down.
I can't finish it. Like I had to wait until in my mid-20s before I could finish that movie.
I feel like that happened to me too. I started to
really-
watch it and realized I
dives
wasn't
so
ready
deep.
for this.
It
So I had
dives
to
so
quit
deep into
stop.
the
I'm like,
psychological
I'm gonna tap
aspect of
out.
a psychopath
Yeah.
that it was hard to accept. It was like, whoa, this is a
Well,
lot.
and you think
Forget
the movie-
murder, forget everything.
That's the point.
You think
yeah.
the movie's
Yeah.
going
Scare-
smooth
his
and
brain is
everything's
scarier.
everything is great. The movie's just cruising along, and then all of a sudden, you bust out in this Huey Lewis and the News dialogue.
I was gonna say, like, that's my biggest takeaway from that
And you're
movie
like-
is
I
that
love
Huey
that
Lewis
movie
and the
now.
News is fucking great.
And you're like,
So
he
even
starts
I
Psychopath-
want a new drug. Is
I
fucking
never
awesome.
liked
so
Huey
s-
Lewis.
I
It's
want
so
a new
good that
drug
even
is a good
psychopaths
goddamn
listen to
song.
That's
I'm
a
not
great-
gonna deny
no.
good from bad, but
That
I'll tell you
entire
what I
album's
like
great.
and what I
Sports
don't
is
like.
great.
Sports is a highly underrated
Sports,
record.
sports,
Not to
sports.
Greatest album they've ever made.
You're watching that movie, and then all of a sudden you're in that dialogue, and you're like, "What the fuck's gonna happen?" You start seeing plastic
What's
everywhere, and you're like,
gonna happen?
"Oh
Who
shit!
am I? Who are you?
Who are
What
what?
the fuck is reality? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Why
He's
don't
about
you
to
start
cut
killing
someone
and
up."
eating everybody. Why don't people do that to me? What the fuck is happening? It's just you.
Same
lose
thing with the
every-
Madonna
Every
dialogue.
boundary that
And
you
you're like,
believe as life.
what the
everything
fuck?
that you think of right or wrong. It's like everything is challenged, and you're like, what the fuck? It's so scary.
victim
It's
is out of their
so
mind.
fucking scary.
The victim is totally out of their
Oh my
mind.
God.
He's just doing what he does.
This is his schedule.
There hasn't been a new comment on the thread for like.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
like
they're all
waiting
like
until we
40
get past our
minutes.
love of cinema, of psychological
Yeah.
cinema.
Start looking up personality disorders.
Yeah,
and then
this is-
we'll have a chat.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna
Oh
be
my
fucked up.
god. Well,
Music video, Dustin.
it's 10:16. We can do one. You want to do one?
I would love
Right
to do
now.
one.
I'm just kidding.
We can do one right this second.
Jeff
We'll
has
use all
some
this
big
videos.
ideas for
We're
this one.
excited about this because
You have big
I've heard
ideas.
things.
We'll figure it out. We'll definitely do one. I'd love to do one. I haven't shot one in a little while. I'd love to do one. Put one on my plate.
Would be awesome.
We need
COVID's
somebody dressed
fucked
as
a lot
a
of shit
priest.
up.
I need to learn how to put in eye contact lenses. I need doctor's outfits.
I got priest
Be a
outfits.
doctor.
We were
so
talking
don't buy
about
any.
horror scenes and parts of
wants,
movies that
he wants part
To
of the
my
music, not to give it
eyes.
away, not to spoil it, but he wants us like pulling like spaghetti guts.
You've
like,
seen The
out
Meaning of
his head.
Life?
I want to use
Monty
real life
Python's
That's like
Meaning
the,
of Life. Remember when they took his
Costco
liver?
knockoff for Dr. Pepper.
I
When
something.
they
really
took
do.
his liver out, that's
Okay, we're
I want
Dr.
something in the
Toasty.
kind of like
Dude,
that.
we
That
can totally
that
do that.
screwed me up as a
Doctor.
kid watching that scene. Can we have your liver? And they come in, they tear out his liver just calmly and just working and that sort of thing. And that fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah, I want to see.
Meaning of life is greatness. So yes,
that
I
but
know
that
exactly
part
what you're
was
talking
really just like talk about.
about. So don't
Whoa.
buy priest outfits. I have a few of them. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
We got to make me look
We're
like
gonna
the
talk.
Exorcist girl at the end
You
in a
already did
hospital
that.
bed.
You already
You've
did
seen
that. We've seen that. You've seen me that video, that clip
Oh yeah, where I had my face like
Yeah.
on it.
where you deep faked it.
But I have the hair now, so I gotta just make me look dead, and then I never wore
Be
contact
careful
lenses
with
before.
that, sir.
Whoa.
I'm gonna drink part of that.
My goodness.
Thank
You drink part of that.
Because I don't
That's
want that. I just want
hard.
Like, a little
That's
bit.
some of you right there.
That's hard.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. It's
Tell me
great.
a
Oh
Just
my
be
God.
careful with it.
Tell me a story.
Have some of mine.
So,
I just wanted like a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna I kind of wanted the ending of the song to have this Exorcist kind of feel, and
Well,
then
that's like a whole one. Give it someday.
Have half.
there's this whole thing. It'll be a whole thing. I'll send you the
Challenge me.
outline of it.
Well,
What?
I
Time
tell
by
you
time.
what.
That's a lot,
We'll sit
apparently.
down.
Give
Maybe
that
we'll
to
have
me.
some. We need to go somewhere, sit down, have a meal,
Mhm.
have something to drink.
Mhm.
We'll chat about it.
Sounds good.
We'll build it out. We'll get it going. I like what
That's-
you've sent me so far.
That is something I would love to do.
you'd
I'm
tell
so
me that.
worried about doing that, like being
No, we
out,
should
just
I don't
having
want the break.
having a drink of coffee somewhere, and it's just I wish I could. I mean, I'm hopeful I can do something like that and not get paranoid. And
Well,
freaked.
here's the thing. I'll make you more relaxed. We'll have a drink wherever you call. Your place, my place. We don't
Okay.
have to go out.
Okay.
We'll sit down. We'll do some notes. We'll do some sketching.
Okay.
We'll draw some stuff out. We'll talk about what we have, what we don't have, what we can do, what we can pull from, who we can use.
Okay.
What is feasible?
Yeah, what's feasible.
What we
We'll
need
do
a
it.
helicopter to
Yeah.
accomplish. and-
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need a helicopter these days. We
We
got
can
drones.
hire Vic Morrow to be in the shot, in the show.
We need a helicopter for the wash. You know.
Oh yeah, for the wash to bring up. Yeah. We can do all that.
Yeah, no,
we'll
that's
sit
why I,
down.
like,
we'll
was
talk.
like,
It's a different time.
It is.
No.
It really is.
I don't know what the rest of these guys are fucking doing in here.
I don't either.
They're going
No.
nuts.
I'm about to punch you.
I can't hear you.
Oh, it's officially almost 11 at the Jerry Jones. Oh Jesus!
No,
it's not
it's
even
10:20.
almost
About
11.
to-
What the fuck? I
drink it all.
Close, so close.
No, but we're gonna get out of here.
Sammy's throwing bows.
Love you guys. I appreciate you guys coming in. Congratulations on Uncle Toasty.
Dude, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Very much.
Thank you.
Real quick.
I miss Stubbs though.
Yeah, fucking.
No.
We don't know where
No,
he
I'm
is.
just kidding.
We'll just
Hey.
see where he is.
I'll see you soon.
Fuck you, Matt.
Yeah, fuck Stubbs. I'm
Matt,
just
you
kidding.
know how I feel about you.
What we're gonna do when we
Stubbs
close
is my
this,
favorite.
when we close this show out, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play the entire track.
Okay.
Do you want to talk it up before we go? Talk about what
So
it's called. What's the
fucking
name of it?
The song is called Pneumothorax.
Okay.
The
buttholes. I'm just kidding.
Please.
I will say this
Different body
version
parts.
is
Long
lacking
buttholes.
one of my guitar solos.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
The final L
We're gonna
or
have a
the
final
final
mix.
7-inch will have that on there.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk it up?
Talk it up.
What's the song about?
It's about a hole in your lung, and it is. It was written pretty much right after. Pretty much. Just trying to keep it. I'm just trying to. I just try to come up with something that was.
It's fucking good. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know what
I'll
else?
just leave it at that.
You know
I'll
what?
just leave it at that.
I
It's
want
a
to tell
fun
you
track.
something.
I'm gonna say
You
fire
be the
it
judge.
now,
It's gonna
just
be-
because I want
You can
the
write about
first
whatever the
round
fuck
shed.
you want.
Trash
You
Pockets,
can-
we're working on
Bye.
it, bud.
You can write about whatever the hell you want, but that has nothing to do with good or bad. That has nothing to do with relatability and how people are going to interpret it. So all I gotta say is I fucking hopped on board because this guy, he's got something to say, and you can sell it or you can not sell it, whatever the fuck. I don't care.
It's vengeance.
But this motherfucker, he's got something
I couldn't
to
say.
say.
I could have said it. Couldn't
He's
have said
got
it better
something to
myself.
say, and I wouldn't be sitting here and working on this project if it wasn't something of value. So
Thank
that's
you.
all I gotta say.
Thank
about it.
you.
All right.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Thank you.
We never do this on the live stream, but since there's so many people in the room, there's so many people in both of our chat rooms and both our streaming services. What we're going to do is we're going to play the track now. Thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate it. Good night.
Thank you for having us.
Everybody be careful.
Yeah,
It's
thank
great.
you.
You guys are always welcome. Just give us a holler.
Will
Thank
do.
you for coming in the temple. Sorry Matt couldn't be here. We have no fucking clue where he is.
Oh God, I hope he's
But
alive.
We'll figure that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
No kidding.
I mean, if not,
I hope.
I'll still keep this going.
yeah,
I hope
We'll figure it
things.
out.
We'll be here. We'll make do.
Love
I
you,
just want to
Matt.
say,
And a fuck of you.
Trash Pockets, we're working on it. We hired a director. We're working on it.
All right, so
Nice.
we're going to get out of here. We're going to jam it now. You ready?
Ready.
All right, we're out of here.
Super
Good night.
ready.
So I'm going to stop this right. We're not really going to tear down. We're probably going to drink some more. Let's be serious. I'm going to go ahead and play
Speak my
this for you
language now.
guys. I'm going to play this fully for you as soon as I can drop it in right here. You guys are going to hear the full track on the stream. Here we go. Sounds a little something like this. Get buried. Not just do today.
What? What did you guys say?
All right. That was it. You heard it. We're killing the streams now. Thank you for everybody for sticking around. We had fun tonight. We're going to see y'all later. All right. Peace out. Good night. Bye.